an opportunity to win a division title. He is, however, going to need some help. He's going to need some help at the wide receiver position with James Thrash and Todd Pinkston. They're going to be working against two young corners, rookie corners of the New York Giants, and Will Allen and Will Peterson, and how well they're able to perform is going to go a long way in determining the success of Donovan McNabb today.
The Eagles beat the Giants 10-9 in October, ending a 9-game losing streak to the Giants. So here it is, the big one coming up for both teams.
Welcome to the best damn sports store, period. Clean up on aisle 6.
Yo, get that shit out of here.
You ready, Jimmy?
No.
Why pay child support with the Pro Athlete Paternity Test?
Oh, DeMarco Farr. John Sally. John Sally.
Comedy, commentary, highlights. The best damn sports show, period.
Fox tonight starts your New Year's celebration early with the best night of television on television.
Dude, you play a fairy? Not just any fairy, Reese. He's the biggest fairy in the whole play.
The New Year's bash kicks off with Futurama, King of the Hill, The Simpsons, Malcolm in the Middle, and The X-Files.
That's gotta make you feel good.
Ring in the new year with the biggest party of the season.
One snow angel coming up. Why does that always happen?
It all starts at 7/6 Central tonight on Fox. The creators of That 70s Show invite you to return to a different time, when love was a battlefield.
Punk rock rooster, 12 o'clock.
Ow, I'm so not going to the prom with you.
Material Girls ruled.
Where's your Lionel Richie section? Let me think. P-U-R.
And nothing succeeded like Excess.
No, it's not a payphone. It's a portable phone.
Get ready.
Is your daddy? Love you on Miami Vice.
For That 80s Show, coming this January to Fox.
Today's game, First and 10 Downline, is brought to you by Intel and the Intel Pentium 4 processor, the center of your digital world. Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
The wind chill, 20 degrees as we get underway here in the late afternoon in Philadelphia. Capacity crowd on hand. The Giants have won the toss. And Jonathan Carter, 5th-round draft pick from Troy State, inactive all year, getting his first opportunity in this big game, returning the kickoff. And David Akers puts it in the air, and the game is underway. And the kick is returned at the 10-yard line by Carter. And Jonathan Carter, who has shown in practice, brings it out. A 31-yard return. Now let's bring you up to date on scores of the earlier games. The Green Bay Packers leading the Minnesota Vikings, and Miami ahead of Atlanta, which would clinch things for Tampa Bay in the wild card race. And the other games, Buffalo leading the New York Jets 14-9, and Dallas upsetting San Francisco 27-21. The Bears over Detroit 24-0. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line, and Ron Dane testing the middle, and maybe a yard, that's all. The offensive unit for the Giants, the offensive line. Lomas Brown, the veteran. In fact, they all are veterans, other than Luke Pettigrew at right tackle. Amani Toomer and Ike Hilliard, the wide receivers. Tiki Barber has been seeing more and more action in the Giant attack as of late. Kerry Collins, the quarterback, celebrating his 29th birthday today. Barber in the lineup, and the pitch goes to Tiki Barber off the left side. And Barber is stopped short of the 40-yard line by Carlos Emmons. The Eagles have allowed the fewest points in the National Football League. Hugh Douglas. Hollis Thomas injured his foot in practice, replaced by Paul Grassmanis, Simon and Whiting. Also up front, Mike Caldwell, Jeremiah Trotter, and Carlos Emmons all have 100 tackles this year. Bobby Taylor and Troy Vincent are the corners. Damon Moore and Brian Dawkins at safety. 3rd down and 6. And the Giants send Hilliard in motion to the right. Collins looking left, and this pass is incomplete, going to Amani Toomer, and the Giants are 3 and out on their first foray.
Well, not a great way to start the game for the New York Giants offensively. The Giant offensive line does a nice job protecting Kerry Collins there. Amani Toomer has a chance to make the play in front of Damon Moore, and this is something that they had problems with, these Giants receivers, 2 weeks ago against Arizona, and a real critical drop right there.
Rodney Williams will punt for the Giants, and the ever-dangerous Brian Mitchell is back deep for the Eagles. And running up to make the play is Mitchell, calling for the fair catch, shy of the 30-yard line. For the Philadelphia Eagles, in front of Donovan McNabb, their offensive line, Trey Thomas, John Welburn, Hank Fraley, the center, with Jermaine Mayberry and John Runyon, who's going to be going against Michael Strahan. Deuce Staley, the running back, James Thrash and Todd Pinkston are the wide receivers, and Chad Lewis, a tight end, and the Eagles looking to get him into play. First down on the 28-yard line for Donovan McNabb. Play action, passing on first down, and the pass caught by Chad Lewis, and Lewis breaks away into Giant territory, and finally brought down on the 41-yard line by Jesse Armstead.
A great start by Donovan McNabb. He's going to be a guy that really builds on confidence. They do a good job of picking up Sam Garnes here with the pressure on the backside. And then Chad Lewis gets a little bit of separation from Jesse Armstead, but here's what he does best, running after the catch.
Yeah, and then you take a look at Strahan working against John Runyon. We're going to be talking a lot about that matchup. Strahan's able to still get in and get pressure on Donovan McNabb.
31-yard pickup, first down on the 41-yard line. Carell Buckwalter is in the game along with Deuce Staley, and the pass thrown underneath to Chad Lewis, and he makes his second catch, and a gain of about 4. The Giant defensive line, we've seen Strahan joined by Cornelius Griffin, Keith Hamilton, and Kenny Holmes. Jesse Armstead, Mike Barrow in the middle, and Brandon Short, the other outside linebacker, and the two rookies that Troy referred to, Will Peterson and Will Allen, at the corners with Sean Williams and Sam Garnes at safety. And the give is to Deuce Staley, and the Giants are there, and a flag goes down. Our first penalty of the game after the pickup of 2 yards. Jerry Austin is the referee, and it'll be a penalty against the Eagles.
Illegal use of hands to the face, 76 of the offense. 10 yards, repeat second down.
So John Welburn, the left guard, and a 10-yard penalty against the Eagles.
And that was a big problem last week against San Francisco. John Welburn right here, your left guard, is going to be cutting across. He's going to get his hands up into the face mask and push. You can see right there, he's not getting that hand off. You're going to get a flag on that. And Andy Reid was very upset about his team last week, letting the emotion of the game get away from him. He thought all the penalties were fair, but he talked to his team all week. They can't have those careless penalties again.
Season high of penalties against the 49ers. Second down and 16, and on the end around, James Thrash going down the middle, and Thrash picking up good yardage. Will still be about 5 yards shy of the first down as Griffin and Hamilton combine to make the stop. A little fancy play by the Eagles to try to get in field goal range at least for David Akers.
Well, that's been the thing that has hurt them as far as the penalties that they had on that last play. The hands to the face, which sits them back, and they're just trying to get enough yardage to make this third down a makeable down, and that they were able to do on the reverse.
Third down and 5. And McNabb dropping back, gets away, and McNabb's pass, and it's caught first down. Fumbled out of bounds, but not before the completion by the rookie Freddie Mitchell. The Eagles' first-round draft pick, covered by the Giants' nickelback Emmanuel McDaniel.
This is going to be interesting to watch as the game progresses. Jim Fossil talked to his defensive guys about rushing and contained rush lanes. Don't let Donovan McNabb get out of the pocket. But Michael Strahan said that he did not want to play that way. He has to keep his aggression. And you saw right there Donovan being able to get out and get that ball to Freddie Mitchell.
15-yard pickup. First down on the 21-yard line. Another play fake, and McNabb looking for a receiver, trying to escape, and he completes the pass to Lewis, just shy of the first down. He stays in bounds. So Chad Lewis already with 3 receptions on this impressive drive by the Eagles.
Well, the guys up front, Dick, they do a nice job of containing him and not giving Donovan McNabb any lanes to run the football, but what that creates is that these DBs have got to be able to maintain coverage much longer than what they normally would. You watch Donovan McNabb, he buys himself some time. The defensive line does a nice job clogging up the holes right there. But then these corners are put in a tough position to try to cover for that long.
4 for 4 for McNabb and 60 yards. And it's 2nd down and 1. And McNabb calling timeout. The Eagles struggling in the red zone against the 49ers last week. Want to make this count. We'll be right back.
Dad, Timmy hit a home run.
Great. Put the little slugger on.
Hello?
I hear you got a big hit today, Timmy.
I sure did, Grampy. I won the game.
Sure wish I could have been there.
I do too. Because that's what it said on my birthday and at Christmas when my baby sister was born and on Halloween.
Presenting the first women's bobsled event in Olympic history.
This happens in competition. He's toast.
And while they'll do whatever it takes to win, all it takes to see it is your Visa card. The only card accepted at the Olympic Winter Games.
Fox Wednesday. The holidays are over.
Didn't I tell you to put your clothes on?
Now, how far will the kids go to avoid school?
What you gonna be without education?
Maybe I'll be a comedian like you.
Boarding school. Send your kids to boarding school.
A new Bernie Mac show. Then, it's a Titus New Year's reminder.
I wasn't doing 50 in a school zone.
You have the right to remain silent.
I was doing 55.
And only Titus.
We fought over this repeatedly.
After the Bernie Mac show, 9/8 Central, Fox Wednesday.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 36.
Back here at Veterans Stadium, the Philadelphia Eagles on a drive, and Andy Reid, who told us yesterday that he thought his team a little over-anxious last week against the 49ers, wanted them more on an even keel attitude coming into this one.
Well, so far watching them on this drive, they've been able to take that approach into here. And, you know, the red zone, this were an area they had problems last week, but overall this season they've been very effective.
2nd down and 1 after the timeout. Eagles on the Giant 12, and here's Deuce Staley, and Staley gets to the 10 and inside the 10 for a 1st down. Mike Barrow, the middle linebacker, on the tackle as Pinkston and Will Peterson have to be separated.
Well, this is the direction that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to run. They want to go towards Kenny Holmes, who's right here. And one of the other things they talked about was doubling Keith Hamilton. You can see John Welborn getting on him and then moving right up here to the backer. So that's an effective play in the running game, which has been a problem for him the last 6 weeks.
So it's 1st and goal at the 8-yard line, and there is the fade pass that is overthrown. Pinkston was well covered by Sean Williams and Will Peterson. So the Eagles, knowing they can clinch the division against their major rivals today. Giants a bit disappointed in the fact that Tampa Bay beat Baltimore, because the Giants, had the Ravens won last night, would have controlled their own destiny for either a wild card berth or a division title. So they're going to need help and win the games. But it's 2nd down and goal on the 8. Jeff Thomason, the tight end in motion, and McNabb getting time, and the pass caught at the 6 by Chad Lewis and ridden out of bounds by Jesse Armstead after a pickup of 4.
Well, what we've seen in this drive already is that Chad Lewis has not been a guy who's been as big a part in this offense this season as what he was a year ago. There's a lot of various reasons for that. The receivers on the outside are doing a better job, but coming into this game, the Eagles knew that they had to get Chad Lewis more involved. He's already caught, that was his 3rd pass on this drive alone, and now they're facing 3rd and goal.
3rd down and goal, and the Giants looking to hold the Eagles to a field goal attempt. The ball at the 5, and Mitchell going in motion, and Donovan McMahon's pass up the middle, and it's a touchdown to Chad Lewis. No secret, the Eagles going to their tight end Chad Lewis, and Donovan McNabb superb on this first drive by the Eagles, who move in front 6-0. Well, you take a look at Chad Lewis there, getting a release off Mike Barrow, man-to-man coverage,
it up a little bit, we're not getting enough bass next door. Absolutely.
I couldn't sleep because of the noise, so I baked you some cookies.
We got a report about a loud party, so we thought we'd just stop by and make sure that everyone's having a good time.
Full compliance, sir.
Not buying this? Buy this instead. Great tasting, easy drinking Bud Light.
NFL.com, your source for game day coverage.
This is a big game. We gotta take it one play at a time. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Exclusive behind-the-scenes access. Up-to-the-minute live stats. Live radio coverage. And post-game features.
Hey, listen, great job, fellas. Excellent job.
On Sundays, watch your game and follow the rest of the action on NFL.com.
Ring in the new year with performances by Britney Spears, NSYNC, Alicia Keys,
and more.
Plus, count down the year's top 10 videos and watch the big ball drop live from Times Square. It's Billboard's Rock and Roll New Year's Eve, starting at 11 tomorrow on Fox.
A superb scoring drive by the Eagles, and Chad Lewis tying a season's high already with 5 catches, including the 5-yard touchdown grab. He caught 5 in the Eagles' opening game against the St. Louis Rams. And now the Giants looking to respond. Jonathan Carter, who is replacing Ron Dixon, and Dixon has been relegated to the bench, is active for this game after problems he's had in returning kicks. There is David Akers as the Eagles leading 7-0, trying to end the Giants' 4-game winning streak here at Veterans Stadium. And a deep kick into the end zone, and it'll be down for the touchback by Carter. So the Giants will start from the 20. Kerry Collins, and the Giants trail 7-0.
John Nash was one of the greatest minds of his generation.
You are the best codebreaker I have ever seen.
But the extraordinary gift that set him apart,
I got myself into something.
Would push him
out there.
Who? Beyond his limits.
Ron, talk to me!
A Beautiful Mind, nominated for 6 Golden Globes, including Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Picture. A Beautiful Mind, rated PG-13. Now playing in select theaters, opens Friday everywhere.
一番のものしか言えない
Jeg skal til Salt Lake City.
Труднее никто не будет работать.
Solamente los mejores pueden decir.
Welcome to McDonald's. We're sending our best to Salt Lake City, too, to serve the world's best athletes. Congratulations to the over 400 winners of McDonald's Global Crew Competition.
Welcome to McDonald's.
McDonald's, a worldwide Olympic partner.
It's easy to spot your local new car dealer.
I see you have your eye on that cupcake. Good choice. Let me tell you what that comes with.
They're the ones committed to helping out in your community.
So tell me, what's it going to take to get you into this potato sack?
New car dealers also employ over 1 million people, making them a big part of every town.
So, cowboy, let's see what this baby can do.
The National Automobile Dealers Association, part of your home team.
Jumpstart your new year with a kick in the... Jessica Alba turns up the heat.
Are you ready?
On Dark Angel. All new episodes begin Friday, January 11th on Fox.
7-0, the Eagles lead the Giants before the game. The plan was to have both teams not on the field for the national anthem, but the Giants refused, and they said they wanted to be on the field. And there they were, the only team to be on the field during the national anthem. Jim Fossil referring to that in talking with Pam Oliver before the kickoff. But now the Giants starting from the 20-yard line. Tiki Barber is the tailback. Hilliard goes in motion, and the screen to Amani Toomer, and Toomer picking up about 2. Troy Vincent on the coverage.
Well, here's a look at the touchdown. You look at Mike Barrow here. He's got Chad Lewis one-on-one with no safety help. He cannot allow Chad Lewis the inside. You watch it here. Chad starts out, gets him moving, gets back up inside. No safety help. It gives a lane for Donovan McNabb to get the ball to him. And then you take another look here at the release that Chad's able to put on him. And that is what created the separation for the touchdown.
2nd down and 8. And now Toomer moving wide to the left. The Eagles showing blitz defensive tackle, coming back after missing 2 games with a knee injury, and he has had to come in there in an emergency because Hollis Thomas broke his foot running out for pregame introductions and is unable to play. Do you guys ever hear of an injury like that?
Had a guy pull a hamstring, but never a broken foot.
I don't know that they got the turf situation solved here in Vet Stadium.
You bring up a good point. 3rd down and 3. A lot of movement by the Giants, and on the rollout, here is Collins, and the pass is tipped and incomplete. The Giants with 2 receivers in the same neighborhood, and it was Troy Vincent who got a hand on it, and once again the Giants have to kick after going 3 and out.
Well, that's one of the things that Jim Fossil talked to Pam Oliver about, and Kerry Collins has got to remain patient, and they have a nice play here with the play action, but there's nowhere to go with the ball. Just throw it out of bounds. He throws this ball into a group of about 5 Philadelphia Eagles trying to get the ball to Joe Jaravicius. That's the thing that he cannot afford to do this afternoon.
And there were 5 Eagles because there were 2 receivers. So here's Rodney Williams on the punt, and he shanks it off to the right, and the Eagles will let it bounce. It goes out of bounds at the 43 of Philadelphia. So this has a definite Philadelphia tinge, this first quarter does. The Eagles lead the Giants 7-0.
Are you Mr. Dale Jarrett?
Yep.
Are you going to race the big brown truck?
No, I'm not driving the truck.
I'm going to hold my breath until you drive that big brown truck.
All power toothbrushes are not created equal. Sonicare's patented sonic technology and dynamic cleaning action get your teeth whiter and healthier in 28 days, guaranteed. Ask your dentist about Sonicare.
And you thought all we put in there was titanium. Energizer E squared with titanium technology. Do you have the bunny inside?
This January, go back in time to the 80s.
When a problem comes along, you must whip it before the cream sets out too long. You must whip it when something's going wrong. You must whip it. Now whip it into shape. Shape it up. Get straight. Go forward. Move ahead. Try to detect it. It's not too late.
That 80s Show, a new comedy series coming this January to Fox.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By UPS, the official delivery company of football fans everywhere. By Sonicare, advanced technology for whiter, healthier teeth. And by Autotrader.com, the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
The Eagles have not lost 2 in a row all season. Coming off a loss at San Francisco and have good field position beginning from their 44-yard line. Terrell Buckhalter is the tailback. Donovan McNabb the quarterback. Giants showing blitz and putting pressure on McNabb, who delivers again to James Thrash, whose reception just short of midfield, good for 5 yards on the play. Well, the NFL on Fox next weekend, which will be the final regular season weekend, the Packers and the Giants. Most of you will see that game. Packers winning today and the Giants hoping to survive. And the Falcons against the Rams. Rams with another big game against the Indianapolis Colts, headed for that #1 seed in the NFC. McNabb already 7 of 8, 1 touchdown pass. 2nd down and 5, and the handoff to Deuce Staley off the left side. Staley will get the first down as he goes out of bounds at the Giant 44. Chased there by Sean Williams.
And there's Jamie Reeder, number 34. He's going to get a little bit more playing time today because Cecil Martin's got a bad shoulder. Here he is here. Watch him come out, but he's going to look back inside for the scraping linebacker, Michael Barrow. That's a great job of sealing off the pursuit from the inside. It's an area that Andy Reid has been concerned about. Cecil is just, he's not 100%, and it's starting to show on the field. So Jamie Reeder's going to get a long look today.
Jamie Reeder playing behind Cecil Martin, 1st and 10 at the 44, and Kenny Holmes gets behind the line of scrimmage to greet the Eagle backfield, and of course the penalty flags fly.
Elevated to the quarterback, 90 of the defense.
5-yard penalty will give the Eagles position at the 39 of New York.
Well, you look at the Philadelphia Eagles and what they've been able to do this early in the ball game. Their last meeting, they really struggled in the first half. Were unable to get anything going offensively. Today, Donovan looks very comfortable in the pocket. He's sitting up. He's making good throws. They're running the football. The game's really going the way that they would hope to this early in the game.
First down and 5 at the 39, and McNabb, who's been right on the money, completes to James Thrash, and the Eagles pick up another first down. Will Allen making the tackle.
One of the battles that's within the battle today is John Runyon versus Michael Strahan, and the one thing that John Runyon said he has to be careful with is his technique, and right there he had great technique to keep Michael Strahan out.
Yeah, and you got James Thrash working against rookie Will Allen, and we talked about it, that this is one of the big matchups. These receivers against these rookie corners, they have to win those matchups, as James Thrash did there.
103-12 in the total yardage. First down on the 30. 3 wide receivers, and the hard count by McNabb, who's put down by Michael Strahan at the 40-yard line. So Strahan wins that battle, and that is his 19th sack of the year, leading the NFL and trying to chase.
Well, you take a look at Michael Strahan, and he's coming off the ball, and he just gets an inside release on John Runyon. John Runyon talked to us yesterday. He knew that that was something he could not afford to do, is to give the inside lane, and yet that's what happened.
Well, I think that there was a miscommunication right there, because it looked like John thought he had some help from Jermaine Mayberry.
Strahan now a sack and a half away from the Giant record set by Lawrence Taylor. So on the pass play, and the linebackers blitz, a fumble, and the loose ball, and the Giants have it. Mike Barrow forced the fumble and recovers it for the Giants in Eagle territory. So the sack by Strahan, and the Giant defense becomes aroused and get the ball back in Eagle territory, trailing by 7.
And Mike Barrow was involved in the big play last week against the Seattle Seahawks, knocking the ball loose, which allowed Michael Strahan to take it in for the touchdown. He comes up with another big play here, stripping Donovan McNabb, knocking it out of his hands and getting the fumble.
Actually looked like it was a little role reversal. Looked like Strahan came in and put his helmet right on the football, and then Michael Barrow was able to get it this week, so returning the favor from last week's game.
Giants now at the 48 of the Eagles, and the handoff is to Tiki Barber, and Barber driving and getting about 6 yards on the play. Barber, who might have been the only Giant rooting for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last night. His brother Rondé with the team winning, and I'm sure Rondé Barber must be rooting for his brother today against the Eagles. And an injured player is Hugh Douglas, the Eagles' leading pass rusher, and over 8 sacks a game. So they've lost Hollis Thomas. Hugh Douglas is injured, and we'll be right back.
There's a light in your soul, it says you're one of a kind. Don't never let it go. Be original, an individual, yeah, like Dr. Pepper. Be you, do what you do. Dr. Pepper. Be you, do what you do. There's nothing better. Be you, do what you do.
Last year I was on a cell phone. I said, make sure we have a backup for O'Neill. He heard Captain and to Neil.
Do that to me one more time. I can never get enough of a man like
So that's when we got free and clear with Sprint PCS. Real clear calls and nationwide long distance included. So now, wherever we go, what do we have?
A backup for O'Neill.
The Sprint PCS free and clear plan with nationwide long distance included. Every minute, every day.
This January, Boston Public returns with the biggest events of the season.
His execution is scheduled for Thursday.
A student from Winslow? A principal stands torn between his obligation to a student.
Think you could have kept him off death row?
And his feelings as a father.
Did he torture your daughter? I'd ask that you not give him redemption.
This is as powerful as television gets.
Why do you want me by your side? Because I don't want to die alone.
An all-new Boston Public, Monday, January 7th on Fox.
Here's some cookies.
Kerry Collins of the New York Giants, working to help the United Way build stronger communities.
Hi, I'm Jim Fossil of the New York Giants. On behalf of Wellington Mayor Bob Tibbs,
Tisch, and our entire football organization, we'd like to wish our military troops a Happy New Year. And thank you for serving our country and protecting our freedom.
Happy New Year! And before the game, the ex-mayor of New York, Rudy Giuliani, greeting Jim Fossil. The Giants, of course, spent many days making trips down to ground zero immediately after that tragedy. And, of course, from their practice field, you could see where the Twin Towers used to be. 2nd and 5 for the Giants on the Eagle 43, N.D. Kalu. Superior pass rusher in the game. The handoff is to Barber, who fumbles, and the Eagles get it back. Damon Moore recovers the fumble, and the Giants miss out on the opportunity on Barber's miscue.
Well, that's one of the things that this Philadelphia Eagles defense has been able to do all season long. When the offense has sputtered or done something, they've been able to make a huge play right behind that to generate the momentum back to their team. And Tiki Barber, he's got the ball tucked away. He didn't do anything wrong right there. That's just a nice job of the defense coming down the line and getting him from behind.
And it might have been Paul Grassmanis. It was Corey Simon who caused the fumble, knocking it out of Barber's hands. 18th fumble recovery. Eagles getting it back on their 31-yard line. Correll Buckhalter with his first carry of the game, and a nifty one for Buckhalter, a first down. Buckhalter picking up 12 yards before Griffin downfield makes the stop.
Well, let's see the hustle. This is Corey Simon all the way out here. He's going to chase this thing. Actually, he was even farther out. You see him there, number 90, coming from behind, and that's what this defense is all about. Not only do they do the blitz packages and stuff, but these guys can run and they get to the ball, and good things happen when you're around the football.
Buckhalter, the second leading rusher behind Deuce Staley for the Eagles. He remains in the lineup, 1st and 10 at the 43, and Buckhalter running right into Mike Barrow and a gain of 2. And right now, for a Fox game break, let's check in with James Brown. JB.
Hey, Dick, show you how the Jets did not clinch today. That's because they lost to Buffalo when Alex Van Pelt hooked up with Mr. Peerless Price. That did it in. Buffalo wins at 14-9. Big day for Marshall Faulk. 4 touchdowns. St. Louis wraps up the West. Congratulations to the Rams. 42-17. Back to Dick, Troy, and down.
One upset and one expected game. Hugh Douglas, by the way, with a stinger, and he will be back on the defensive line for the Eagles. Pump fake by Donovan McNabb, and going deep and getting tripped up, and no flag is thrown. Todd Bigston downfield, covered by Sean Williams. And it would have to be incidental contact, both going after the football, apparently.
Well, they got Todd Pinkston working a double move against Will Allen, and then he's able to get by Sean Williams, the safety. I think it's a good no call. They got their feet tangled up, and that's why he went down, but I didn't see pass interference on the play. That was a nice job by the officials not making the call there.
Well, the way this crowd can get sometime, if you're the officials, you don't want them coming down on you. The 3rd down and 8 now for McNabb on his 45-yard line. McNabb running and passing on the run, and this pass is ruled a catch by Todd Pinkston at the 41 of the Giants, and another Eagle first down.
Well, Howie Long talked about this in the pregame show earlier today. He talked about them maintaining the pocket up here. Watch, everything collapses inside. There's nobody out here. Donovan's got all that room to work and find an open receiver.
Yeah, and he probably could have ran for more yards than what he actually got with the completion right there. As you mentioned, there was nobody out in front of him at all. Just a lot of green grass.
Eagles running up in a hurry to snap the ball in case the Giants had challenge on their minds. And the handoff is to Buckhalter, getting running room on the outside. Correll Buckhalter. Tremendous speed for a gain of 23 yards, and the Eagles marching again have a 1st and 10 inside the Giant 20.
Well, what makes it all happen is you're going to see the blocking by the wide receivers coming down right there. Freddie Mitchell blocking right here, and he ties them up, which allows Deuce Staley to get out on the edge. There's another look at it right there. Freddie Mitchell getting the block on Sean Williams, and that's a nice job by a wide receiver, allowing the running back to get some open space to run.
1st and 10 at the 18, and the handoff is to Deuce Staley, and he is stop by Jesse Armstead. And a loss of 2 on the play. The Giants still looking for their first down of the game. And the Eagles have had a field day in this first quarter, guys, with 9 first downs, totally dominating with under a minute remaining.
And what a reversal from the first time these two teams played when the New York Giants dominated the first half of play, but unable to score touchdowns. They settled for 3 field goals. Philadelphia already on their first possession down there getting a touchdown.
And a second one would be huge, but the Eagles face 2nd down and 12. McNabb in trouble and tripped up. And it's Michael Strahan, who now has 2.5 sacks and has tied Lawrence Taylor for the all-time Giant record.
Well, you knew talking to Michael Strahan yesterday, he was pretty cranked up about this matchup against John Runyon. He bowls over him with a little rip move and is able to get just enough of Donovan McNabb's leg to get him to come down.
That's the thing that really surprises me. A lot of people think that Michael Strahan is a speed rusher, but you see a lot of the production he has, and he told us this also, is when he uses the power moves in his arsenal.
And because there was a gain on the play, it will not count as a sack, but don't count out Michael Strahan playing inspired football. But it's been all Eagles the end of the first quarter. With the score, the Eagles 7 and the Giants nothing. And Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages.
Check this out. Bob here needs a car. Whoa. How about a pickup? A black one. With a place for my bike.
Autotrader.com. Over 1.5 million used cars, make it the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Need a loan? Yeah.
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Did you get out of here?
No, I've been working some of my investments. You go.
You still do that all on your own?
Absolutely.
Well, I suppose I would if it was just diversifying, but researching all those stocks and funds and then staying ahead without jumping around all the time. Last year we did it ourselves. We got killed in capital gains. Well, night.
Want a little guidance? Introducing the personal financial consultant from Quick & Riley, a Fleet Boston financial company.
Again, the second quarter here at Veterans Stadium, the Eagles lead the Giants 7-0, and they have now officially credited Michael Strahan with a sack. So he has indeed tied Lawrence Taylor with 20.5, matching the all-time Giant record. 3rd and 13, and the pass underneath to Deuce Staley, and he is tackled at the 25, bringing up 4th down. And again, they have to separate the players. And it's Deuce Staley for the Eagles, and the Giants with Sean Williams in the middle of the pack. Now, when we saw the kickers attempting field goals in practice, they were going into the wind in this direction. And both Owen Potchman and Akers struggled in trying to convert from as close in as 30 yards. And this will be a 43-yard attempt by Akers to try to give the Eagles a 10-0 lead. Into the wind, the 43-yarder, and David Akers with the kick, and it is off to the left, no good. So the Giants will get it back, and the fumble by Tiki Barber. Giants avoid further trouble as Akers pushes it out to the left. Still 7-0 in favor of Philadelphia.
You're at a stoplight. You're making a turn. You're pulling into traffic. There are a lot of reasons every 2 2002 Saturn L Series comes standard with head curtain airbags. Those are just a few. The Saturn L Series.
Get 0% APR financing on select 2002 S or L Series models. For restrictions, see your retailer.
You're liable to hear the French say they know a thing or two about champagne. Well, if Francois knows so much about champagne, how come he never figured out how to put it in cans? Happy New Year from the champagne of beers. Here's wishing you and yours a happy and prosperous high life.
Request backup units.
Where you headed?
Police business! Back off!
You got it!
If I split my pants!
Ow, dude, you don't need change for collect calls. Just dial down the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you and cheap for them.
Hey, buddy. This is my show.
Frisk me, cuff me, call me Shirley.
Save big bucks on every call. Just dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect call.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Saturn, now with two distinctively different car lines, the L Series and S Series. By 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls. By Blockbuster, bringing entertainment home. And by Miller High Life.
David Akers' kick off to the left, but mostly short, and that ends his club record of 17 consecutive field goals, and the Giants with the ball on the 34-yard line, trailing the Eagles 7-0. Hugh Douglas is back on the defensive line for the Eagles, came out with a stinger, has returned. 1st and 10 at the 33. Greg Camella going in motion, and the handoff is to Barber, and Tiki Barber getting 4 yards on the play. So much at stake in this game for the Eagles. They can clinch the NFC East title with a win or a tie, and the Giants must win their final 2 games. That's today and next week against the Packers at home. The Eagles, of course, would lose if the Giants were to win today, and then hope that the Eagles lose to Tampa Bay next Sunday night. The Buccaneers have already clinched the 6th seed as a wild card in the playoffs in the NFC. 2nd down and 5 at the 38-yard line. Juravicius coming in motion. And the handoff to Barber, and Barber is close to the 1st down. And the Giants keeping it on the ground in this first quarter, unlike the Eagles, who went to the air.
And one of the things that this Giants team has been able to do, they've been able to get big runs against Philadelphia's defense. And as you watch, because of the blitzing, they get great angles with their offensive linemen. On that last play, Jeremiah Trotter, he's a guy that likes to attack the A-gaps, and they'll be able to come down with a guard or even a tackle sometimes and pin him to the inside and create big running lanes.
Yeah, and Sean Payton, he talked to us and said that they want to run along that right side, which is what they were able to do there with Tiki Barber, and they window dress a lot of it with a lot of shifts and a lot of motions.
Giants with their first down of the game on the 43-yard line, and there is the screen to Greg Camella, the Giant fullback, driving forward and then pushed down at the 49-yard line by safety Brian Dawkins. So the Giants picking up 5 on 1st down.
Well, these are two teams that both like to use the screen plays in their offense. Whenever they need to get something going, what the Giants clearly do at this stage, they're going to rely on the screen, and there's Sean Payton, the offensive coordinator for the Giants, and he does a nice job of mixing things up offensively, both run and pass, and then sprinkling in some of the screen plays that we just saw.
Giants moving their receivers from right to left, and on 2nd and 6, here is Barber. Barber going outside, and Jeremiah Trotter coming in and getting Barber in a loss of 4 yards, as you were talking about Moose seconds ago.
Well, he's the guy that you really need to have play well in your run defense. Here he is right here, and he really attacks. I think he freelances a little bit within Jim Johnson's system, and you can see right there, he's a big physical middle linebacker, but he's also got speed to be able to get to the corners. And really, to me, for this Eagles defense to have trouble against the run is surprising, because you know what Jim Johnson does with his scheme and the guys they've got up front, I think they should be much more stout against the run.
3rd down and 9. Out of the shotgun for the first time is Kerry Collins. Gets rid of it and throws it away rather than take the sack. It was Corey Simon putting the pressure on Kerry Collins. He avoided the sack, and fourth down coming up, and Ron Stone, the Giant right guard, slowly getting up.
It looks like he might have done something to his shoulder there, and Ron Stone's going to be working right in here at right guard, and you watch the pressure. Corey Simon working up inside, and Kerry Collins does a nice job of getting rid of the football. One of the things that's being stressed in this game is for him not to take sacks, which is something he could not avoid in their first matchup.
So fourth down, Rodney Williams with a high kick. Brian Mitchell, and the fair catch for Mitchell at about the 9-yard line. But the Eagles doing it defensively, putting pressure on Kerry Collins and maintaining their 7-0 lead early in the second.
Let's pound it out for your Pittsburgh Steelers!
I don't care what stadium you work for, all right? If you want to write a check for who let the dogs out, I'm still going to need to see some ID.
Next time, use the Visa check card instead of cash or checks. It'll get you in, out, and on with life.
When your child has a high fever, you head straight for the Children's Motrin. When you're hurting, don't you wish there was a mom's Motrin? There is. Motrin IB. Fast, long-lasting, able to beat tough pain in a single dose. Motrin IB. For moms who don't fool around with pain.
The Dolphins will go for it on fourth down. Fiedler's going to throw it over the middle. Hits his man. 50, 10, 5. Touchdown, Miami.
No matter who your favorite team is, NFL Shop is the biggest selection of authentic NFL gear from all 32 teams. Call 1-877-NFL-SHOP for your free team catalog.
The creators of That 70s Show return to a different time.
How do you get it to stand up?
How do you get it to stand up?
Introducing That 80s Show.
No, it's not a payphone. It's a portable phone.
Coming this January to Fox.
The Eagles will start from the 9-yard line, and the Giant defense looking to hold Philadelphia here and perhaps get the ball in good field position. Donovan McNabb, consecutive years, over 3,000 yards, joining Sonny Jurgensen, Ron Jaworski, and Randall Cunningham. First down from the 9, and the handoff is to Terrell Buckhalter, and Buckhalter is stopped for a 2-yard play.
And here's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. This is Derek Burgess. This is N.D. Kalu. These are two defensive ends on the punt team, and this is an area where special teams could be a huge thing. Now, they're getting close. This is the second time that they've punted, and they've been very close both times. Look at Tabidi Davis. That's the type of guy that's going to be blocking on the outside. They're going to be forced to block pass rush defensive end specialists.
Second down and 12. Deuce Staley into the game now, and McNabb is going to pass to Thrash, and the throw going out of bounds. The Eagle bench calling for a pass interference against Will Allen, the rookie from Syracuse, taken on the first round. Will Peterson playing the opposite corner, the third-round pick.
Yeah, and that was close. Will Allen here working against James Thrash, and some contact going down the field right there. Many thought that they should have called the pass interference, but those one-on-one matchups, these receivers were brought in here this year in order to be able to beat the press man coverage, which is something they were unable to do last year in the playoff game, and Andy Reid would say that that's why they were not successful offensively. Today you're going to see a lot of the same stuff, and those receivers have got to be able to win those matchups.
Third down and 12 from the 7-yard line, and there is McNabb back at the goal line, and he's going deep downfield, and the pass, and the flag comes Pinkston, being covered by Will Allen, and the flags come now, and the Giants will be hit with a pass interference call, giving the Eagles a first down at midfield.
Well, and this time he does get called for the pass interference, that being Will Allen. You take a look here, Pinkston's going to try to go double move over the top with a post. Will Allen covering him, and the contact is made there. And one of the strengths that these coaches for the Giants say that Will Allen has is his ability to play the deep ball, but he did not play it very well on that play.
A 44-yard penalty against Will Allen. And so the Eagles, taking advantage of the Giants' 2 rookie corners, have a first down on the Giant 49-yard line. Here is Carell Buckhalter up the middle, and Buckhalter picking up about 3 on the play. Fox tomorrow. Catch performances by some of today's hottest stars and ring in the new year as the ball drops live from Times Square. It's Billboard's Rock and Roll New Year's Eve tomorrow at 11 p.m. Eastern right here on Fox. The Eagles in front by a score of 7-0 as Donovan McNabb hit Chad Lewis with a 5-yard pass on their first drive of the game. McNabb looking at 2nd down and 8, and the handoff to Deuce Staley, and maybe a yard on the play, setting up 3rd and long.
And this is an area that I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to have to improve if they're going to make a big push into the playoffs, if they can get there by winning their last 2 games, and that is running the football. Right now, the last few weeks they have not run the football effectively, and we're seeing right now, and the Giants are a good defensive football team against the run, but they have really struggled after some early season success.
They've been using Staley more as a receiver in the last few games than as a runner. 3rd and 7 at the 46, and there you see the diminished running attack by Philadelphia. McNabb with a deep drop. Looking for a receiver, changing direction, trying to ad-lib, and down he goes. Kenny Holmes picking up that 3-yard sack, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, Donovan McNabb had time to throw the football. He got outside of containment, was able to set up. Here you see Todd Pinkston, who he was trying to get the ball to, and Will Allen is all over him. Now you watch Donovan McNabb, and he's looking. He wants to throw the football. Now when he realizes he has nothing, the Giants are there to pursue.
And Sean Landeta with a pooch kick, and a good one at that, and it will drop inside the 15-yard line. So Sean Landeta, who will turn 41 next week.
Look for the brightest lights in town. That's where the special times are found.
I like it, Red. This holiday at Blockbuster, enjoy some special times with these hot new releases. Evolution, Moulin Rouge, and Scary Movie 2. Rent them tonight on DVD or VHS.
Well, that's a wrap, Shano. Let's go.
I want a Nintendo GameCube with Luigi's Mansion, Wave Race Blue Storm, and Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Pikmin.
This holiday season, let Dr. Pepper play Santa by giving away thousands of incredible new Nintendo GameCubes. Look on specially marked packages for your chance to win instantly.
I know what this is. Quit messing around. Let's go.
The Nintendo GameCube giveaway, only from Dr. Pepper.
It may be cold outside, but Ally McBeal is just heating up. This January, all new episodes return with pop diva Mariah Carey, Jamie Gertz, and Jacqueline Bisset.
Would you like to know how nasty I can be?
Celebrate a milestone with the 100th episode, and Ally's world is gonna get rocked when John Bon Jovi joins the cast.
The house works, right?
The electricity's good.
I beg your pardon?
All new Ally McBeal begins Monday, January 7th on Fox.
The Oklahoma Sooners collide with the Arkansas Razorbacks. The Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl, New Year's Day on Fox.
Happy New Year from the Philadelphia Eagles. We'd like to thank our troops for serving our country and protecting our freedom. You are the true heroes. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year from all of us at Fox on our crew as the Eagles protecting a 7-0 lead. The Giants will have the ball on the 14-yard line. They have struggled offensively thus far. They have punted all but one time they've had the ball. They recovered an Eagle fumble on the 48-yard line and then fumbled it back to Philadelphia, but no damage there. Jason Whittle has replaced Ron Stone at right guard for the Giants. And it is caught up to the 22-yard line, and it's caught there by Marcellus Rivers. And for a game break, let's check in with James Brown in L.A. JB.
Hey, Dick, Pittsburgh failed to clinch home field throughout the playoffs because of their 31-yard field goal by Neil Rackers in overtime as Cincinnati beats Pittsburgh 26-23. Now Pittsburgh will have to hope for an Oakland loss or tie in order to clinch home field. Back to Dick, Troy, and Darryl.
It's not automatic, JB, as the 49ers found out against Dallas, and the Steelers did as well. 2nd down and 2, and the handoff to Ron Dane, and Paul Grasmanis coming in and making the big play, and he is an outstanding run defender and has played well against the Giants in the past.
Well, you take a look at Grasmanis and what he's able to do, and he's getting his opportunity today, and he's a fiery guy, very competitive, and he plays with a high motor. He's able to get back in there and disrupt things, and that's the thing that stops the running game better than anything, is when you're able to get pressure and penetrate beyond the line of scrimmage, as Paul was able to there.
3rd down and 3. The Giants on their 21-yard line looking for their first 3rd down conversion. Here is Barber, gets tripped up, runs into his own man, but that's due to the penetration by the Eagle line, as Trotter and Emmons will force the Giants to punt from deep in their own territory.
And this is a bad sign for the New York Giants and their fans. The Philadelphia defense, one thing that people have been able to do is run the ball on them. But as Troy pointed out, right now they are penetrating and disrupting the blocking schemes and getting people upfield.
And Brian Mitchell, who has 12 career kick return touchdowns, standing at the 35-yard line, and the Eagles very nearly got a piece of it. And the kick by Rodney Williams, and Mitchell is going to let it bounce. And it is down by the Giants at the 34. N.D. Kalu storming in, very nearly blocked that.
They call it the season of hope, the season of joy, the season of light. When parents see more like children and children like angels. And State Farm wants to wish you all the hope, joy, and light the season has to bring.
Call it parental instinct. Call it experience. Call it simply time to intervene. Now with optional DVD, the mid-size L series from Saturn, where you may never say, am I going to have to stop this car?
Get 0% APR financing on a 2002 LW300. For restrictions, see your retailer.
The NFL means more than just football. It means a helping hand for me and my friends. It means caring for others, improving our schools, and rebuilding our neighborhoods. In fact, I think that some of the best plays in the NFL are happening off the field. Because in the NFL, you don't score by knocking people down, but by picking people up. The NFL, a tradition of service.
If I don't deliver you in half an hour, you bury your daughter.
Golden Globe nominee for Best Drama.
Take her out and shoot her.
And Best Actor, Kiefer Sutherland.
It's your choice, Nina, or your daughter.
24.
Please forgive me, Nina.
All new episodes begin Tuesday, January 8th on Fox.
N.D. Kalu of the Eagles very nearly blocking Rodney Williams' punt. And the Eagles with a 7-0 lead. Here it is.
Well, N.D. Kalu on the outside loops into the inside. Now, John Harbaugh, the special teams coach, probably saw something on tape during the week and specifically put some stuff in. N.D. has got to take advantage of that opportunity. The Giants will adjust on the sideline. He's not going to get that close again.
The Eagles on the 36-yard line with 6:12 remaining in the first half. Donovan McNabb has been very sharp thus far, taking off, and a lot of room to run. McNabb goes out of bounds in Giant territory at the 46-yard line, a gain of 18.
Well, this is the Donovan McNabb that everyone's grown accustomed to seeing, that they've not seen as much of it here in recent games. And every time he comes into a game, the defense game plans in order to keep him in the pocket and contain him. And yet, so far today, the Giants have been unable to do that.
And here comes James Thrash at the end of this play to take a hit on Brandon Short. Now, there's your wide receiver peeling back to hit your strong side linebacker to get you a little bit farther down the field. Nice job, James.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line. McNabb averaged 10 yards a carry in their first meeting. And here's Carell Buckwalter looking to find some running room, and nothing there. And one on the play as Mike Barrow and Jesse Armstead with good extension at linebacker, bringing up a second down and 9 as the clock runs under 5.5 minutes to go in a game in which the Eagles have dominated the Giants, but leading 7-0. McNabb 10 of 13 and a touchdown pass. Buckwalter is the leading rusher, and Chad Lewis tying his season's high already with 5 catches, including the TD reception. Buckwalter remaining in the game at tailback. Over 100 yards more than the Giants have the Eagles gained. Elusive McNabb looking downfield and smartly throws it out of bounds. Mike Barrow chasing the quarterback down, bringing up 3rd and long.
Well, that's just an outstanding job there by Mike Barrow, the middle linebacker for the Giant defense. And you're out there one-on-one like that with an athletic quarterback and Donovan McNabb. We've talked about how he's been able to get outside and break contain. Barrow shadows him there, gives him nowhere to go with the football with his legs, and has to throw it away.
3rd down and 9 for the Eagles, who have been in the division lead for 10 consecutive weeks and trying to nail down their first division title since 1988 today. From the 46 of New York, and the pass thrown underneath, short of the first down, but a flag is thrown at the 40. Jeff Thomason made the reception. And the preliminary signal, if it's against the Giants, it could give the Eagles new life. Sean Williams upset.
Pass interference, 36 defense, automatic first down.
And it is an automatic first down. So the Giants continue to struggle, and they're struggling on both sides of the ball moves.
Well, you make a stop on 3rd down, and all of a sudden here's a penalty that gives the Philadelphia Eagles new life. And you know, these are some of the smaller plays that happen during the course of a football game that nobody remembers, but really demoralize a football team. You can see it right here. Here it is.
And no need to interfere. He catches the ball. The Eagles faced with 4th down, but now they have new life. 1st down and 10. And McNabb throwing this one out of bounds, and no one home. And good pass rush that time by Frank Ferreira, little-used Giant defensive lineman.
Well, they're able to get some pressure up inside on Donovan, which is why he has to get rid of the football. He had nowhere to go with it, but you know, they're able to get some hits on Donovan. But I'm impressed with the way Donovan McNabb has hung in there today. You know, we talked about it at the beginning of the game, how this was going to be a defining game for him, and so far he has definitely lived up to the challenge. He is playing very well here in this first half.
10 of 15 for McNabb. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Strahan already with 2.5 sacks, and before the play clock runs down, McNabb will use the 2nd timeout for Philadelphia. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Andy Reid, in his 3rd year as head coach, brought the Eagles to the playoffs last year and now looking to win the NFC East. We're looking for the perfect way to ring in the new year, introducing the Best Damn Sports Show, period, with hosts Chris Rose and Tom Arnold and a bunch of ex-jocks. It's the only show that gives you sports, comedy, commentary, scores, and highlights. So stay home, avoid the crowds, and check out the Best Damn Sports Show, period, available weeknights only on Fox Sports Net. Well, the Green Bay Packers winning today. As you know, the Rams, the Bears, and the Eagles lead their respective division. So Green Bay and San Francisco right now tied with 11-4 records. That would be the seeding right now. Tampa Bay is in as the 6th seed, and the only way the Giants can get into the playoffs would be to win the division, win the next 2, and have the Eagles drop 2. 2nd down and 10. Eagles with 1 timeout left, and the sack by Michael Strahan. He He's got 3.5 today and has set a New York Giant record held by maybe the greatest linebacker of all time.
Well, we talked about how much he dislikes this football team, and here he is again. He does a power move on John Runyon, gets him moving off balance, comes back underneath, and Donovan McNabb had no chance on that play.
Tying Lawrence Taylor and now succeeding LT. And so Strahan's second all-time for a season. Here is McNabb in trouble, stepping up. And Donovan McNabb still on his feet. Looking nimble and with a good throwing arm as well, is down after a gain of 8 yards. And so it'll be 4th down, and Sean Landeta will come on to kick it away. Under 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Dick Stockton with Troy Aikman, Moose Johnston, and Pam Oliver. Landeta will kick, and the Giants looking to get something going before halftime. Tiki Barber back deep, and Landeta, who kicked for the Giants 9 years, and the fair catch called by Barber at the 16.
Similar situation to last week with Seattle, just having very poor field position throughout the course of this game so far. And one of the things that was concerning Jim Fossil as he came in, and it really limits what you can do offensively. And right now, with them being patient and moving the ball and then kicking, they made the Giants start some poor field position again this week.
And of course, the Giants looking to get something on the scoreboard before intermission, and they've been outplayed so far, Troy.
Oh, they've definitely been outplayed. The Eagles have been able to keep the ball. They haven't given very many opportunities to the Giants. When they've had those opportunities, they haven't taken advantage of them.
So the Giants starting from the 16, and the pass out of the backfield to Barber. Tiki Barber running out of bounds, close to first down yardage at the 23-yard line. Giants still have all 3 of their timeouts remaining with under 3 minutes to go in the first half. There is the Giants' offensive story today, and not a pretty one. 48 yards on offense and 55 yards in penalty yardage. 2nd and 2 at the 24. Collins with the pass to Barber underneath. That'll be enough for a Giant first down as we check in with Pam Oliver. Pam.
All right, Dick. Right guard Ron Stone has gone into the Giants locker room. Team doctors have been working on Stone's wrist. He's gone in for x-rays, and his return is questionable. Back to you.
And as we pointed out, when Stone went out, Jason Whittle replaced him at right guard. Stone, a former teammate of you guys at Dallas. First down, and an open pass to Tiki Barber, finding the open field. He does not get out of bounds. He stays in bounds, and we're winding down to the 2-minute warning after the pickup of 9 yards. Troy Vincent and Derek Burgess making the stop, and the 2-minute warning here at Veterans Stadium. 7-0 Eagles.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by DirecTV, the #1 satellite entertainment provider.
So you're a sports fan considering DirecTV? Consider this. Buy a DirecTV system from Blockbuster, and you'll get more than free professional installation, more than great DirecTV sports coverage. In fact, now you'll get much, much more. Get free game and movie rentals for a year when you buy a DirecTV system at Blockbuster. When you think sports, think Blockbuster. Bringing entertainment home.
A chunky quarterback moment. Donovan McNabb's mom served him Campbell's chunky beef with country vegetables. Now with more lean beef. Filled up right by beefy chunky soup, Donovan took on beefy linebackers.
All power toothbrushes are not created equal. Sonicare's patented sonic technology and dynamic cleaning action get your teeth whiter and healthier in 28 days, guaranteed. Ask your dentist about Sonicare.
If you thought you've been shocked before,
Stop there!
You haven't seen anything yet. This January, The X-Files returns with all new episodes.
Who are you?
I'm the future. And nothing can prepare you for what will happen next.
This is Mulder's chance to come home.
How do you know that you're not being used to lure Mulder out?
It's too late. I've already sent for him.
The X-Files, all new episodes begin next Sunday.
Central on Fox.
Coming up on the Visa Halftime Report, JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris with scores and highlights from around the league, and the Fox Sports ticker will keep you updated with up to the second stats. So, 2-minute warning, and the Giants facing 2nd and 1.
Yeah, and this is a phase of their game the last 2 weeks where they've been most effective offensively is in their 2-minute no-huddle offense. Many have suggested that they get into that early in the first and second quarters. I don't know if we'll see that today, but we'll get an opportunity here to see how well they executed in this game.
2nd and 1 on the Giant 36. Barber in motion to the right. And here is Kerry Collins, and the pass is caught to the 42. Ike Hilliard, who caught the winning touchdown reception against Seattle last week, gives the Giants a first down. Clock continues to run. The Giants still with 3 timeouts in their pocket.
Yeah, and they're going to a little bit of a sugar huddle here, which means that they're huddling up quickly and getting to the line of scrimmage as fast as they can without having to use a timeout.
Here's the whistle, Jerry Austin. And his pager might have gone off, maybe a call from home. So now the Giants at the line, and the clock starts. They're at their 42. And here is Collins. He's got some time, and the screen pass explodes. He tried to get it to Barber, but Corey Simon was in his face even before the ball got there.
Yeah, Tiki Barber had some traffic to go through right there. First, he had to try to get through Hugh Douglas, and then Corey Simon was waiting on him. And you take a look, Tiki Barber taking the fake there. He has to go through Hugh Douglas, and then Corey Simon's there waiting on him. Probably just as well that that ball was incomplete so that the clock stopped.
2nd down and 10, 1:29 on the clock. Again, Camella lining up in motion to the right. Pressure and the screen pass to Barber. He's got a blocker in front of him, and Barber getting into the Eagles territory. And Barber goes out of bounds, getting the first down to the Eagles 43. Troy Vincent on the coverage, and the Giants picking up 15 on that play.
Well, and that's just a nice job by the New York Giant offense executing the screen play. And Tiki Barber is so effective. Both he and Deuce Staley for the Eagles run the screen probably as well as any backs in the league. And the reason for that is they're so patient in allowing their blockers to get in front of them.
Barber with 59 yards. The rest of the Giants only 22. So he has been the bulwark for them. 1st and 10 at the 43 of the Eagles. And here is Collins. Collins going downfield, and it's tipped off the hands of Bobby Taylor. Out of bounds, and it stops the clock with 1:15 to go. But the Giants need to get at least 15 yards, it would seem, for a solid field goal attempt with the wind at their backs. The Eagles controlling this game in the number of plays, the yardage, and time of possession. 2nd and 10 on the Philadelphia 43. Again to the air. Collins going to Toomer, and Amani Toomer diving, cannot hold on to it. He was covered by the nickel corner for Philadelphia, Al Harris, bringing up 3rd down.
One of the interesting situations, Sean Payton, formerly of the Philadelphia Eagles, has a little bit of insight into the DBs and some of the areas they struggle in, and one of the things they wanted to do was try and get somebody beyond Al Harris. They felt that they could get the ball down the field over his head. You've seen a couple shots already this afternoon.
Yeah, and that's a play right there. Amani Toomer, in a big game like this, you have to make big plays. Somehow you got to find a way to pull that one in.
3rd down and 10. Again, Camella lining up to the right, and here come the Eagles, and Barber cannot hold on to that screen pass attempt. So the Giants still unable to convert on 3rd down with 1:06 to go, and too far away to attempt a field goal. And Rodney Williams will come on to punt the ball.
Well, you take a look right here, and everybody comes inside, and that leaves Tiki Barber. There's nothing there but grass, and Tiki Barber's going to run for a long way if he's able to bring that one in.
Tiki Barber has been the chief offensive threat as Rodney Williams with the pooch kick. And it goes out of bounds, but Barber dropping that pass on 3rd down and also fumbling for New York earlier. will get the ball back with 1 minute remaining. As Williams with the pooch kick, but he didn't pooch it long enough.
Well, that's the second time that he's done that already in this game, and you know, I don't know that it's going to affect them that much right here, but as this game progresses, they're going to need more out of Rodney if they're going to have some success in getting field position, which is such a big part in a game like this.
An interesting thing right there, they had a decision during pregame, both Owen Pochman and Fred Akers kicking that direction. We watched them. They were making field goals that were 60 yards long, but I think with a minute left in the game, if he does miss, boy, you've really given the Philadelphia Eagles a short field to maybe get another field goal.
So a minute remaining in the first half. First down on the 26-yard line. Deuce Staley on the carry, and Staley getting good yardage, picking up nearly 8 yards with under a minute to go. Philadelphia with 1 timeout remaining in the first half, and they have to be more than satisfied with the way this half has gone.
Yeah, well, it appears that way, Dick, because they're in no rush to get the ball snapped again. You see them huddling right there. They are not going into a no-huddle offense. It appears that they're pretty content going in at halftime with a 7-0 lead.
But you can never satisfy his crowd, the tough crowd in Philadelphia, looking for the Eagles to go for more, and McNabb is doing just that, and the pass is intercepted by Will Allen. So the Eagles, who decide not to get conservative, go up top, and Will Allen intercepts the pass a little short, intended for James Thrash, and the Giants get it back now.
What do you think, Trey? You think they were trying to lull him to sleep a little bit there?
I think it was a little trickery. Here you got James Thrash working against Will Allen. They showed that they were going to huddle up, try to, as you mentioned, Moose, lull him to sleep, so to speak. Will Allen does a nice job of staying with James Thrash and making the play.
Well, it'll be interesting here now with only 17 seconds left in the half if the Giants try and move the ball into a long field goal situation because, you know, they've got the wind at their back. I think they would need to get to the Philadelphia 42, 43-yard line, which would make that the 60-yard field goal. And we saw Owen Pochman hit it, but they're not going to do it.
No, they're going to take the knee and not try anything fancy themselves. Will Allen with his 4th interception taking over the club leadership, but called for a pass interference, and the Giants, who have a lot to talk about during the intermission, outplayed by the Eagles, but it's only a 1-touchdown game. So that is the end of the first half with the score, the Eagles 7 and the Giants nothing. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.
This January, Boston Public returns with the biggest events of the season.
His execution is scheduled for Thursday.
A student from Winslow? A principal stands torn between his obligation to a student.
Think you could have kept him off death row?
And his feelings as a father.
Did he torture your daughter?
I'd ask that you not give him redemption.
This is as powerful as television gets.
Why do you want me by your side?
Because I don't want to die alone.
An all-new Boston Public, Monday, January 7th on Fox.
When you think news, think Fox First with Dawn Stensland on the Fox 10 o'clock news.
People across the nation are getting the message. For great year-end values, amazing selection, Toyotathon 02. Now get 0% APR financing on some of Toyota's most popular models, like Corolla, the rugged V8 Tundra, the versatile 4Runner, and the roomy Sienna. Hurry, don't miss this incredible opportunity. Toyotathon 02, password value.
When I grew up, we had a tradition of burning real candles on our holiday tree. Lucky we didn't burn the house down. There's another tradition that should be a thing of the past, and that's drinking too much at holiday parties. So here's my holiday wish for you. Celebrate safely. Oh, and keep an eye on that tree.
Okay, got growth and income fund for retirement, long term. What do you think for the long term? Yeah, okay, we'll just sit tight on that. And for college, wow, that's only 3 years away now. This might be a little aggressive for 3 years, unless they're really good years. What do you think? Yeah.
Want a second opinion? Introducing the personal financial consultant from Quick & Riley, a Fleet Boston financial company.
Over the river and through the woods,
Still have family waiting to see you this holiday? Well, before you see them, see us, your Jeep dealer, for a special Home for the Holidays package. Grand Cherokees with 0% financing and 7-year 100,000-mile powertrain protection. A package neither BMW nor Lexus give you. So see your Jeep dealer today, and don't keep the family waiting. Plus now an extra $300 bonus.
The Visa Halftime Report is brought to you by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
And welcome to the Visa Halftime here with a full house in Los Angeles. We'll get you caught up. Those watching the Giants in Philadelphia. Eagles on top 7-0. Eagles can clinch the NFC East with a victory. Michael Strahan simply sensational in this game with 3.5 sacks. Now he has moved past LT Lawrence Taylor for the Giants record, a half a sack behind Ty Margassino for the league record.
Yes.
Denver and Oakland, the other score we want to bring you up to date on. Broncos right now 13-10 over the Raiders. Pittsburgh would clinch home field throughout the playoffs with an Oakland loss or a tie. Seahawks, Trent Dilfer, you're a guy looking good.
Yeah, well, here's a guy that did look so good today. He blocked well, though, did he not? Ran him up. A little frustrated with the day's output, only 2 catches, 10 yards. But this man, Spurgeon Wynn, get used to it. That's going to be a common name throughout all households in America. Young quarterback hooking up with Byron Chamberlain, 47-yard touchdown. 13-10 Vikings. Back comes Amon Green. Out of the eye, inside, good lead block. 4-yard touchdown, 24-13 Pack over the Vikes.
In Detroit.
Brian Urlacher, you bet I wouldn't want to run into this guy. Not a bad player, huh, Howie? Yeah. Miller, play action. Safety's up. Corners outside. Post route. Bates, touchdown. 28 yards, 7-0 Bears. Here we go again. Outside again. Safety set. Flat. Over top. 20-yard touchdown. David Terrell. Post route. It's all Bears. 24-0 over the Lions.
Bears sweep the Lions for the first time since '88.
Terrell Owens back in Dallas. Remember last year? He loves the 50-yard line. Garcia says, I like the end zone. J.J. Stokes says, thank you. 7-yard TD reception. 49ers, 14-10. Third quarter, Carter back. Stumble. Joey Galloway, the burner, down the right sideline.
Oh,
there it is.
Burner now.
Oh, I love him. 47-yard touchdown. Cowboy and an upset at home. 27-21.
And Quincy Carter with a career day. Thank you.
Well, what a player. Kurt Warner drops back. Here's your blitz. No one covering this burner. 4 touchdowns on the day for Warner. Warner, by the way, Big Dave Marshall Falk, 4 touchdowns. Warner again looking deep. Torrey Holt, 46 yards, touchdown pass. Corner outside, safety underneath. Perfect throw. Man, the Rams are on fire. 42-17 over the Colts.
The West. How did Torrey get that name? You'll tell us later.
Kids couldn't say Terry, called him Torrey. So that's how it stuck. Fiedler, back. Getting ready to play. Just Chandler staring down Tony Martin. Martin stops on the route. That brings in Brock Marion. 2 keeps going. 26-yard interception return touchdown. It's all tied up until Fiedler finds Gadsden in the end zone. 1-yard, 2-yard touchdown. 21-7. Now, look at this. Bob Christian. Did he break the plane? Looked to me like he did. It was reviewed, and they said no, he did not. Dolphins win 21-14. Stay alive for the playoffs. Alex Van Pelt. 22-yard touchdown from the left side, right side, deep corner out. Peerless Price takes it in, 14-6. Bills over the Jets. 14-9. Sorry about that. I can't count much higher than 6.
The Cardinals, David Boston looking impressive in the victory over the Panthers.
Why are you laughing at me?
Look at that, 56 points scored in this one. Chiefs, Dick Vermeil squad picks up his 6th victory of the season. 79 points. Who would have thunk it between the Browns and the Titans?
The Browns
I hear you. Go ahead.
All right, Neil Rackers.
Show it again, baby.
Cut by the Steelers, I'm quite sure. 30-yard field goal, and he wins it for the Bengals. Doggone it.
Greatest team ever.
Cincinnati. And the Steelers obviously not ready to play, laid down today, wouldn't feel like getting it up. That's all right. We still got next week, or possibly the Raiders will lose today, and they will get the Steelers, that is, home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Leaders, as you take a look in the AFC, you see it, Pittsburgh, Oakland, and look at the top 3 here, make it Seattle on the outside looking in. Miami is in with their victory today. Baltimore and the Jets can get in by virtue of what, Terry, if what happens? Yeah. If Seattle loses. Oh, yeah, see the executive producer, of course, Scott Atkinson helped me out there. NFC playoff picture, you see the division leaders there. Philadelphia needs to win to clinch the division title for the first time since 1988. And the top 3 are there. The G-men, of course, will be eliminated if Philadelphia wins. Chris.
You guys remember on the pregame show and how he told us how the Giants were going to have a very controlled pass rush, didn't really care if they got any sacks on.
No, operative word control.
Michael Strahan inside, outside, looping underneath, sacking this guy, wiping him out, blowing him up. Good point, Howie.
When all else fails, make stuff up.
I was sitting right out there. I heard what you said.
What I said was this is what they need to do, and obviously they weren't listening. They lost contain to the right side, 3 rushes for 28 yards.
That is pathetic.
You know what? He's got 3.5 sacks, but who's winning the ball game?
Oh, we got the Eagles.
Who's winning the ball game? Children. That's the bottom line. Isn't it about winning? I guess not over here.
Oh, we got some steam.
You know what? There is so much love on this set. I know you'll want to come back to this game. Visa halftime will continue right after this.
Visa is proud to celebrate the fans this season. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
Welcome to the best damn sports store, period. Clean up on aisle 6.
Go get that out of here.
You ready, Jimmy?
No.
Why pay child support with the Pro Athlete Paternity Test?
Oh, DeMarco Farr. John Sally. John Sally.
Comedy, commentary, highlights. The best damn sports show, period.
The creators of That 70s Show invite you to return to a different time, when love was a battlefield.
Punk rock rooster, 12 o'clock.
Ow, I'm so not going to the prom with you.
Material Girls ruled.
It's dynasty shots. Only do a shot when someone gets slapped.
And nothing succeeded like excess.
Welcome to Reagan's America.
God bless you, Ronnie! Get ready for That 80s Show.
No, it's not a payphone. It's a portable phone.
Coming this January to Fox.
That's why I'm easy, baby. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. Oh, I'm easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, so high.
Halftime in Philadelphia, the Eagles lead the Giants 7-0, and Donovan McNabb soaring like the quarterback the Eagles fans hoped he would be.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
You know what a train wreck looks like? It's going to look like your case.
Texas Justice. Before you say goodbye to 2001, hurry to your Nissan dealer, because for 10 days only, you can get an extra $500 cash back on top of already great deals. Get an extra $500 cash back on Sentra. Get $500 cash back on Maxima. Get $500 cash back on Pathfinder. It's Nissan's Goodbye Sales Event. Get $500 cash back plus 0.9% APR on almost every new Nissan. But hurry, because on January 2nd, this offer is definitely saying Nissan. Driven.
You don't have to be in the Hall of Fame.
And you don't have to be on the air.
If you want world-class heart care, you just have to call Deborah Heart and Lung Center.
Deborah continues to perfect what it helped to pioneer nearly 50 years ago, heart surgery.
Today, it's home to one of the nation's most experienced teams of heart care professionals.
You, too, can get the very best in heart care by calling Deborah at 1-800-555-1990. Trust your heart to the name you know, Deborah Heart and Lung Center.
It's the time when wishes come true. Drop in for the season's best from Cadillac. Only a few days remain to take advantage of the best lease offer of the year on the 2002 DeVille. Call for residency restrictions and lease details. Visit your Cadillac Super Network dealer today.
I'll take Chris.
Okay. Okay. I'll take Chris's buddy. You playing that?
Why not?
Look up, see blue. Labatt Blue.
Devo. Good hand. Oh, thanks. Instinct.
Boys and girls, can anyone spell this?
This is Deuce Staley of the Philadelphia Eagles.
C-A-T.
Deuce helps the United Way build stronger communities by supporting local educational programs.
Deuce? Can you spell chrysanthemum?
Chrysanthemum? She got cat.
Does someone here need a timeout?
Chrysanthemum. C-H-R-Y-S-A-N-T-H-E-M-U-M. Chrysanthemum.
Getting ready for the second half kickoff. The Eagles lead, and a report from Pam Oliver.
All right, Dick, after that opening drive, the Eagles seemed to stall offensively. I asked Andy Reid what they want to do in the second half. He says we want to continue to mix things up. He did say he does feel that despite Michael Strahan's 3.5 sacks in the game, that John Runyon is still doing a pretty good job. As for the Giants, Jim Falso says offensively they want to stick with the play action. Defensively, they got to do a better job containing Donovan McNabb. Back to you.
All right, Pam, thank you very much. Owen Potchman will kick off for the Giants, and Brian Mitchell back deep along with Damian Douglas for the Eagles. Douglas involved in that fracas before the game during the warm-ups, and a short kick by Potchman. And it's Brian Mitchell at the 12 returning for the Eagles, and Mitchell gets by one defender and finally brought down by 4 Giants at the 29-yard line and knocked back about 15 yards. So it's 7-0 in favor of the Eagles, and it looks like the pattern is totally opposite from the Monday night game they played in October when the Giants had the lead, dominated with 3 field goals, and ended up losing.
Well, and Donovan McNabb was just playing outstanding. I mean, he has really risen to the challenge of playing in a big game like this. Has done an outstanding job. The problem for the Giants is they haven't converted on any third downs.
Pam mentioned they had a great start to the football game, but haven't done a lot since then. One of those things that they need to do is get the ball back to Chad Lewis. 5 catches for 53 yards early in the game. They haven't gotten him involved since then.
They haven't seen him since. Here is McNabb on first down. And Donovan McNabb running and throwing the ball tipped and incomplete. Will Allen getting a hand on that pass. Halftime statistics and heavily favoring the Eagles.
Well, the one big thing you see there are the sacks. 4 sacks by the New York Giants, and 3.5 of those going to Michael Strahan. Andy Reid may be happy with the way John Runyon's playing right now, but they've got to shore that up. They've got to get him some help, because when Michael Strahan wasn't getting a sack, he was getting a lot of pressure.
Giants have 4 sacks in all. Strahan with the 3.5, moving in front of Lawrence Taylor for the all-time Giant lead. Terrell Buckhalter, the tailback, and the quick to James Thrash, and Thrash is thrashed down by Will Allen in a pickup of about 5 yards.
And here he is, Michael Strahan. You can see early in the game he was getting there just about a half a tick late, but then he had a couple of big plays, made some sacks. He surpassed the single-season Giants record, and he's only a half a sack away from Mark Gastineau's NFL record right now.
Yeah, and John Runyon told us yesterday that if he plays good technique, then there's nobody that he can't stop. Apparently, he's not playing as good a technique as what he thinks he can.
3rd down and 5 for the Eagles, spreading the defense. And here is McNabb. Flag is down, and McNabb with the pass to the 40-yard line, caught by James Thrash, but a penalty flag back at the 30. So Michael Strahan roving downfield to make the play. And Jerry Austin will explain the foul, and it'll be holding against the Eagles.
Holding, 36 offense, 10 yards, repeat 3rd down.
That's going to be number 34 on the offense, Jamie Reeder, the fullback, out there blocking on Michael Strahan. They're running a little play action with the line turning down. Not a great situation to be in, and yeah, that's not necessarily a hold. That's a nice tackle right there by Jamie Reeder.
Yeah, he went down low and grabbed his legs right there, and figure if you can't block him up high, as John Runyon has had some problems, put the fullback on him and let him tackle him low.
A lot of ways to skin a cat.
Absolutely.
That's Reeder's way. So it's 3rd down and 15 at the 24. And McNabb back to the 15, completing the pass and getting away. And stopped is Chad Lewis. And he doesn't have enough for the 1st down. he is a yard shy. So the Giant defensively doing the job with Barrow and Kenny Holmes. And there is Emmanuel McDaniel, the nickelback downfield, and preventing Chad Lewis from getting the first down.
Tell you what, though, that's a nice job of Chad Lewis getting down the field and getting involved. And he's been involved throughout the game today, more so than what he has been in any other game this season. And that was a real goal of this offense coming into the game. And they've been able to utilize some of the things that Chad Lewis is able to do in these matchups with these linebackers.
Sean Landetta, pretty low average for him, but that's by design with the pooch kick. Another line drive kick. Tiki Barber back on the hop, picking it up for the Giants, and Barber down the sideline gets knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So the Giants, with their first second half possession, trailing 7-0.
Because your toes miss the ocean. Because fall in New England only happens in New England. Because the best fishing is always the furthest away. Because your inner cowboy needs to yodel. Because babies are only babies for so long.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, and everybody be surfing like California, everybody's gone surfing.
Actually, everybody's snowboarding.
Surfing USA.
Especially in the Wasatch Backcountry, where the Wasatch Powderbird guides can fly you to snowboarding heaven, as long as you've got what it takes.
Visa, the only card accepted at the Olympic Winter Games.
Okay, we're ready. Presenting the gift. Surprise!
The Lexus December to Remember sales event.
Oh, the Millers have a new Lexus.
Not the Millers. You.
You'll find special values whether you buy or lease.
It's beautiful.
Well, we got you a new CD player.
The December to Remember sales event. Missing it would definitely spoil the surprise.
I cannot believe this!
See your Lexus dealer.
Fox NFL Sunday, brought to you by Toyotathon 02. Password value. Get the feeling.
Full moon over Philadelphia, and the Eagles leading the Giants 7-0. The Eagles, if they go on and win, will clinch the NFC East title and home field for a playoff game. The Giants needing to win to stay alive, but they've got to get something going offensively. They've had 14 consecutive possessions without scoring. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. That's against the tough Eagle defense. Tiki Barber is the running back. Dan Campbell in motion. The pitch going to Barber, and Barber going back to Kerry Collins, and wide open is Amani Toomer. He's got it, and he'll score. The throwback to the quarterback, Kerry Collins, and a 60-yard touchdown pass to Amani Toomer. And nowhere near him, no one within 15 yards.
Well, that's just great execution right there. That's the way you draw it up. They're going to hand it off, or there's the toss right there to Tiki Barber. You watch Kerry Collins sliding out, throw it back to him, and here's Amani Toomer all by himself. The run fake there sucked everybody up, and the biggest problem for Kerry Collins right there was when you got a guy that wide open, I can't tell you how hard it is to get the ball to him. That sounds silly, but it's hard to do.
He's too open. And the extra point attempt by Morton Anderson, and the kick is good. So the Giants connecting on their longest pass play of the year, 60 yards on a flea flicker from Kerry Collins to Amani Toomer, and have tied the Eagles early in the third, 7-7.
Hello? Hi, Uncle Sadie.
Filled up right by beefy chunky soup, Donovan took on beefy linebackers.
Eye exam, glasses, and case, $130. 20/20 vision, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For eye care, there's MasterCard.
It's easy to spot your local new car dealer.
I see you have your eye on that cupcake. Good choice. Let me tell you what that comes with.
They're the ones committed to helping out in your community.
So tell me, what's it going to take to get you into this potato sack?
New car dealers also employ over 1 million people, making them a big part of every town.
So, cowboy, let's see what this baby can do.
The National Automobile Dealers Association, part of your home team.
The Oklahoma Sooners collide with the Arkansas Razorbacks. The Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl, New Year's Day on Fox.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Amani Toomer with his 5th touchdown catch. And how about Kerry Collins in the first half threw for 55 yards and exceeded that on one play, the last play, the 60-yard pass, and the longest play of the season for the Giants. Last week, Ron Dane had the longest touchdown run, 31 yards against Seattle. Brian Mitchell returning the kickoff for the Eagles, and Mitchell with a head of steam with a great return in traffic and a return of 38 yards.
Well, anytime you run a play like this is the guy you got to influence. Damon Moore, the safety, you got to get him out of the middle if you're going to have any opportunity to get the ball down the field.
And when you have an Eagles defense that loves to use pressure, you can see Damon Moore there going across, and here comes Amani Toomer right into your living room. I tell you what, I've seen it on film a couple times watching the Philadelphia Eagles teams use their speed and their pursuit against them.
Troy said not easy to throw to an open man that wide open, perhaps not easy to catch it with no one near you. First down at the 43, and here is the long pass to Thrash, and Will Allen makes a fine play on coverage, tipping it away on first down. So McNabb trying to go deep, and McNabb taking a hit, slow getting up.
Well, another nice play by the rookie, Will Allen, and James Thrash actually had a step on him. Donovan's unable to get the ball out there, and just short enough to where Will Allen is able to knock the ball away.
And you can see right there Keith Hamilton coming in low, kind of rolling up behind Donovan McNabb. He's up, and he seems to be okay, though.
And John Runyon falling on top. There is Hamilton, 2nd and 10 at the 43, and the handoff is to Deuce Staley off the left side, and that's where the Eagles like to run. And on the play, a gain of 3 with Mike Barrow making the tackle. Let's take a look at the Philadelphia Eagle reception, scoring a touchdown on the first series. So there's 7 possessions thus far. A fumble, they missed a field goal, and have had struggled since then.
Yeah, and one of the things that they were most effective with in that first possession when they got the touchdown was getting Chad Lewis involved. They really have not been able to. They did on the 1/3 down the previous series, but other than that, they've not gotten involved like he did in the first possession.
3rd and 7 in the pass, intended for Thrash, and covering on the play was Will Allen, so it's 4th down, and the Giants hoping that they change momentum with that 60-yard touchdown pass, have tied the game, and now stopping the Eagles on 3 and out, forcing Sean Landetta to kick. Tiki Barber goes back.
Well, as much as the Eagles dominated the first half, they weren't able to come away with a lot of points. They had 7 points, and anytime you leave a team hanging around, then it's going to make it a ball game, and that's what the Giants were able to do on this last possession.
Here's Landetta.
Let's go.
And running up to make the catch is Tiki Barber, and Barber with a return is hit and down at the 34-yard line by Mike Bartram.
People across the nation are getting the message. For great year-end values, amazing selection, Toyotathon 02. Now get 0% APR financing on some of Toyota's most popular models, like Corolla, the rugged V8 Tundra, the versatile 4Runner, and the roomy Sienna. Hurry, don't miss this incredible opportunity. Toyotathon 02, password value.
Faces of this nation, nothing is more beautiful than the face of tolerance. The NFL and its players recognize that as Americans, diversity is our great strength, and tolerance our even greater virtue.
The creators of That 70s Show return to a different time.
How do you get it to stand up?
How do you get it to stand up?
Introducing That 80s Show.
No, it's not a payphone. It's a portable phone.
Coming this January to Fox.
Well, let's go back to the beginning of the football game today. Damian Douglas was the Philadelphia Eagles player that was involved in all the shoving about 45 minutes before kickoff, and it picked up again on the last punt. Damian Douglas working on the outside, and he and Dave Thomas battling the whole way down the field. You know, just some friendly competition, but here comes the emotion again. A couple shoves, couple pushes. Nobody wanted to back down, and pretty much the way the course of this game has gone. Nobody wants to back down.
These teams don't like each other. That's why they had the pushing and shoving incident before the game. So much at stake in this one. Eagles looking to wrap up the division. The Giants looking to survive. Hilliard in motion. First down at the 34-yard line. And the quick toss on the slant to Toomer. And he is down, but the forward progress, the 41, and a gain of 7 yards. Well, coming soon, it's the second year of racing on Fox. Catch all the fast-paced action returning February 2002, and it all begins the last weekend of February. Don't miss NASCAR, only on Fox. Well, there's the Eagle car. Could be a bullpen car if this were a baseball game. But it's not. It's cold enough. Wind chill in the teens. 2nd and 3. Ron Dane in the game, but the pass to Camella, and the pass nearly picked off as Camella cannot hold on, and Troy Vincent in position to pick it off. It'll go as an incompleted pass.
And as opportunistic as what this Eagle defense is, when the balls start ricocheting off of players' shoulder pads and you got defenders there, these guys do a great job of swallowing those up and coming down with interceptions. Giants got away with one there.
3rd down and 3 at the 41. Giants 0 for 5 on 3rd down tries. It's caught by Camella, first down, so the Giants finally convert a 3rd down opportunity, a 5-yard pass play. Mike Caldwell, the linebacker, covering the Giant fullback.
Well, nothing like getting an opportunity for redemption, and Greg Camella dropping the pass on the previous play. Kerry Collins comes right back to him on that one, and he's able to catch it and convert the first down.
Yeah, I think it shows some of Greg Camella's diversity within this offense, in that, you know, you see him run the flat route, then he's running a little drag route there, and they utilize him in a lot of different ways other than just as a blocker.
On the Giant 46, first down, play action, pressure on Kerry Collins, and this pass overthrown, intended for Amani Toomer, but Eagles were down there with Brian Dawkins closest to it, and Bobby Taylor as well.
Well, it looked like a confusion on the route. Amani Toomer had kind of cut his route short. You watch Kerry Collins, and I can tell you this, with a big hit, you know, Kerry's taking a few hits right there. Here's Amani Toomer. He breaks the route off, and Kerry thinks that he's going to go deep, but not many quarterbacks falling back and throw it that far to get that thing out of bounds.
Well, at the back foot, he can throw it a ton. So it's 2nd and 10, and here is Barber. Barber following the block of Glenn Parker, but cutting through to make the play is Jeremiah Trotter after a gain of 3.
And right now, this Eagles defense needs to step up and make a play for their offense. I think that last series for Philadelphia was very important. They got good field position on the return, went 3 and out, and all the momentum, Dick, as you pointed out, is in the Giants' favor right now. They need to step up and make a big stop here on 3rd down.
But they need to make this conversion, 3rd and
take a look at Lomas Brown right here, and Hugh Douglas is working against him. Number 53, he's just able to use a speed rush and get around the corner. Lomas doesn't get his feet out in front of him, and then Kerry Collins is unable to step up in the pocket to avoid the sack.
So the Eagles trying to get back that momentum, and the Giants kicking it away. Rodney Williams punting, and Brian Mitchell back deep, and the Eagles again nearly blocking that one. It takes a big Giant bounce and inside the 5-yard line, and the Giants will down it at the 6. Kerry Collins taking some punishment from the Eagles as Hugh Douglas gets him.
Calling a few pals? Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Hey guys, hanging out? I'll hang out.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your help.
It's my job.
Wow.
Honey, can we start now?
Yes. Yes, we can.
We know how you feel, and that's why we're here. Circuit City. We're with you.
Sweetie.
Yeah, just put that anywhere.
Oh, the Millers have a new Lexus.
Not the Millers. You.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event.
It's beautiful.
Dad, you gotta see this.
You'll find special values whether you buy or lease.
Well, we got you a new CD player.
The December to Remember sales event. Missing it would definitely spoil the surprise.
I cannot believe this.
See your Lexus dealer.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 36. By Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. By Circuit City, we know how you feel. That's why we're here. Circuit City, we're with you. And by Black Hawk Down in theaters everywhere January 18th.
Cold and windy, wind chill in the teens. In the Philadelphia night, as the Eagles will start from the 6-yard line. Darrell Buckhalter is the running back, and Todd Pinkston in motion. And here is Buckhalter getting by Holmes and going out of bounds. So the Eagles starting from their worst position of the game.
And it could have been much worse position, Dick. If you watch here, Ron Dixon, he's going to down this ball. He thinks the 5-yard line is the goal line. You can say, what? No, that right there, right? Isn't that it?
Yeah, I think Brandon Short let him know that. I think he let him know on no uncertain terms that that was the 5 and not the goal line.
So Ron Dixon, who had been returning kicks, not doing so until that play. 2nd down and 8 for McNabb, who is not as effective through the air so far in the half as he was in the first half. That was dropped by James Thrash. It was a good pass by McNabb, and that will bring up 3rd and long for the Eagles.
Wow, that was close to being a huge play because the middle of the field was vacated, and if James Thrash, he's not even looking. He didn't drop the ball. He never saw the ball. And if he is paying attention and catches that ball, Donovan put it on him in stride. He's got an opportunity to split the safeties.
Look at the difference in passing yards. The Giants are with only 2 yards in the first quarter, and the Eagles 9 yards since the first. This pass is caught by Thrash, and he'll get the first down on the slant. Will Allen on the defense. Thrash, who caught the winning touchdown pass back in October, an 18-yarder from McNabb, the difference in that game.
Yeah, and James Thrash working against Will Allen on the slant route, and we talk about it that this is one of the things in this West Coast offense that Andy Reid really likes to throw is the slant passes. He got away from them there in mid-season. They weren't having a lot of success. He told himself, we're going to be good at that route, and they've worked extensively in practice on it, and it paid off there.
So the Eagles moving out to the 18. Deuce Staley is the running back, but going to the air will be McNabb, looking to find a receiver up the middle, and through the hands of Staley, actually overthrowing Staley.
Well, McNabb dropped back. He had time, and you watch James Thrash. This is where he was wanting to go with the football, and boom, he falls down. And then McNabb's trying to find somebody then over the middle of the ball, and he just does a nice job of unloading it and not making a bad play worse.
I tell you what a good job by him being able to hold that ball, though, when James Thrash went down, because if he lets that go, Will Allen is going to walk into the end zone untouched.
So it is 2nd down and 10 on the 18-yard line. Tied 7-7, and here's Deuce Staley looking for running room, and not much there. A 2-yard gain up to the 20, and it'll be 3rd down and long. Sam Garnes coming up from his strong safety position to make the tackle. Staley has not been 100% with a shoulder injury. He has gained 23 yards on 7 carries today.
Yeah, he's not 100%, as you mentioned. And there's John Fox, a defensive coordinator for this Giant defense, and he has really done an outstanding job since that first possession of the Philadelphia Eagles. He has been one step ahead of this Eagles offense, and he's done a nice job corralling these guys.
3rd down and 8 with under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd. Multiple wide receivers, and here's McNabb again, flush from the pocket, and smartly gets the ball away. Good pressure that time by Cornelius Griffin, the Giant defensive tackle, and it's 4th down. The Giants have clamped down on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, again, here's who he's looking for, James Thrash. You watch Willie Peterson. He's a very physical player, as you can see right there. He knocks Thrash off target, and it disrupts the timing just enough to where McNabb is not able to get him the football, and again, he has to try to scramble around and make something happen.
So Sean Landetta will kick from the 10-yard line and gets off a beauty. Tiki Barber at the 35. Barber cutting up the middle, and Barber works his way to midfield. So the Giants, who have dominated this 3rd quarter, have great field position when we return in a tie game.
I just want to do it right today.
Just watch your corner. Get all your men back here alive.
Your men are going to look to you to make the right decisions. Their lives depend on it.
No fear! Oh, yeah, right!
Space between the bullets and our fire.
Okay, I can hear bells ringing.
Waiting for you. The rain splash in your heart.
Mike Durant, we won't leave you behind.
Sadness down the window and slow.
Go home!
Take my hand, 'cause we're walking.
Gotta get you out of here, buddy.
Black Hawk Down, rated R. Now playing in New York and Los Angeles, everywhere, January 18th.
Fox Wednesday. The holidays are over.
Didn't I tell you to put your clothes on?
Now, how far will the kids go to avoid school?
What you gonna be without education?
Maybe I'll be a comedian like you.
Boarding school. Send your kids to boarding school.
A new Bernie Mac show. Then, it's a Titus New Year's reminder.
I wasn't doing 50 in a school zone.
You have the right to remain silent.
I was doing 55.
And only Titus.
We fought over this repeatedly.
After the Bernie Mac show, 9/8 Central, Fox Wednesday.
Touchdown, Miami!
No matter who your favorite team is, call 1-877-NFL-SHOP for your free team catalog.
Hello, I'm Kerry Collins.
I'm Ron Stone.
And I'm Tiki Barber. We'd like to wish our military troops a Happy New Year.
Thank you for serving our country and protecting our freedom.
You are our heroes.
Happy New Year.
Ron Stone, former Boston College star, Dallas Cowboys before that, went out with a wrist injury. Did not return. He's in civilian clothes on the sideline, replaced by Jason Whittle at right guard. Ron Dane is checked in at running back for the Giants. Those are Kerry Collins' numbers, and the big 60-yard strike to Amani Toomer. Barber's been a workhorse today with 9 carries for 26 yards. Ron Dane in there as the tailback. First down at midfield, and Ron Dane with a head of steam, and Ron Dane carrying 3 Eagles on his back, getting to the 20-yard line. Only his 3rd carry of the game, had gained 2 yards before that 30-yard burst to the 20.
And the one thing Jeremiah Trotter was worried about was letting Ron Stone get downhill. He felt they had to attack him behind the line of scrimmage, and Ron Dane just burst through that front seven. I'll tell you what, I thought he was going to go all the way. That's the first time that they've really gone straight at the center of that Eagles defense.
Yeah, and Ron Dane's a guy that when he has a hole and he can hit it, boy, he can carry a lot of people and get in there in a big hurry.
Tiki Barber sprained an ankle, so Dane comes in and pays dividends right off the bat. And here is Dane driving inside the 15-yard line and a gain of 6 on first down. So when Ron Dane has any kind of an opening, he has made defenders pay. As we said, his 31-yard touchdown last week against the Seahawks, the longest TD run by the Giants this year.
Well, Tiki Barber is the type of runner in this offense that gets on the perimeter, and with the speed of this Eagles defense, it's hard to run laterally against him. I think Ron Dane right now is going to be a good changeup for this Giants offense because he is such a good downhill runner.
Giants could only manage field goals against the Eagles in their first meeting. They already have 1 touchdown, and Dane runs into a brick wall on second down. And so it'll be third down. He lost 1 yard on the play thanks to Jeremiah Trotter.
Well, and that's the only element of Ron Dane that they want to try to work on a little bit, that once it's clogged up, he doesn't have that ability to move laterally with the quickness quite like Tiki Barber does. But as we mentioned, if they're able to create a little bit of space for him and allow him to run north or south, he can make some yards.
They retaped Tiki Barber's ankle back in the game on 3rd down and 5, and the pass caught inside the 10 by Ike Hilliard, and a flag is down back at the 20-yard line. So pending the call, the Giants have a first down as Moore and Vincent combine to make the stop.
Illegal hands to the face, 98 defense. Penalty is applied, the result of the play, so first down.
Brandon Whiting with illegal hands, and the Giants keep their first down.
Well, here's a look at Ike Hilliard moving up, and he does a nice job of sitting down in the hole in front of Troy Vincent there, and what a big first down conversion that one was there. You think back to their first matchup, that was an area they had problems with in getting the first downs and keeping the ball and giving themselves opportunities to score. Now, the question is, can they get it into the end zone from this position on the field?
And what a turnaround for the Giants in the second half. 1st and goal at the 8. It's Barber with Camella blocking, and Barber is tackled for no gain. Jeremiah Trotter in on the play. Remember, in that first game back in October, the Giants got inside the 20-yard line 4 times and could only manage 3 field goals.
And the Giants have addressed that. They're going to do something a little bit different. We'll see if they come to it on this next play. They talked about throwing the ball quickly to their wide receivers and letting them try and turn and run with the ball as opposed to throwing it into the end zone to the receivers.
Joe Jaravicius checks in.
Well, and Ike Hilliard, you keep an eye on him.
And Hilliard comes in motion, and let's see if there was movement on the offensive line.
Start, 76 offense, 5 yards. It's still second down.
So the veteran Lomas Brown, so instead of a 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line, they'll now have to go 13.
Well, this is similar to what happened the first time these teams played. It was actually the Giants' mistakes in the red zone that caused a lot of their failings. And right now, a little offsides penalty there on Lomas Brown. You saw Hugh Douglas lean, but he can lean as long as he gets back. Lomas can't flinch on that. He wasn't enticed to move.
And here's Ike Hilliard right here in the slot. He's the guy to keep an eye on. That's the one they want to try to get the ball to here in the red zone.
And Ron Dixon is in. 4 wide receivers for the Giants, and the pass caught at the 8 by Hilliard and wrestled down by Trotter and Brian Dawkins. So it'll be 3rd down and goal for the Giants, trying to break a 7-7 tie. They have had ball control and have had their way with the Eagles in this 3rd quarter. Coming back to tie it, Jim Johnson trying to dial up the right defensive number for Philadelphia.
Well, one of the things that the Giants know is that the Eagles like to play a 4-cross zone down here in the red zone, and they feel that they can get the one-on-one matchups with Ike Hilliard working against Jeremiah Trotter. Wouldn't be surprised to see Tiki Barber involved in this one.
He goes out to the left, 3 tight ends for the Giants. 3rd and goal on the 7. Here is Collins, his pass to the end zone, overthrowing Dan Campbell. Incomplete, and bringing up 4th down. So the Giants will bring on Morton Anderson.
you take a look at the route right here. Dan Campbell's your inside guy going out to the corner. They've got him there. He's got a step. Kerry Collins just a little bit too long with the pass.
Yeah, that's one you've got to be able to complete down there. You're not going to get better opportunities than that right there. Pretty disheartening for the New York Giants not to get a touchdown.
Morton Anderson with a 25-yard field goal attempt, looking to give the Giants their first lead of the game. And Anderson's kick is good. 8th straight field goal by Morton Anderson, after Dave Akers failed after hitting 17 in a row, and the Giants lead now 10-7 with 2:38 remaining in the third quarter. Well, New Year's Day, join us here on Fox for one of college football's most storied bowl games with the 66th SBC Cotton Bowl Classic. Roy Williams and the 10th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners look to stop the Arkansas Razorbacks in the first meeting between these two rivals since 1987. The 66th SBC Cotton Bowl Classic is New Year's Day at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific, only on Fox. And Troy, you know that Cotton Bowl full well, don't you?
Well, I do. I played in it. My last college bowl game was in the Cotton Bowl prior to joining the Dallas Cowboys, and the committee there and the people that put that bowl game together, they do an outstanding job. Those two teams will have a lot of fun that week.
And you know about the Oklahoma Sooners.
I know a little bit about the Sooners. I was there a couple of years. I wanted to throw the football, and Barry Switzer was there running the wishbone, and I was a little too tall and a little too slow to be wishbone quarterback.
You ever think you'd play for Barry Switzer again?
I didn't, but I got the opportunity.
Yes. No comment from Moose as we get set for the Giant kickoff. Owen Potchman will be doing the booting, and Damian Douglas and Brian Mitchell back. There is Mitchell. Giants leading 10-7. And here is Mitchell on the return for the Eagles. Brian Mitchell running into several Giant defenders and is stopped at the 32-yard line. Well, the Eagles looking for their first division title since 1988. They won the World Championship in 1960. In 1980, with Dick Vermeil, they lost the Super Bowl and they lost the divisional playoff in '88. Buddy Ryan was their head coach then, so it's been 13 years, and a win today will wrap up the NFC East Championship.
Yeah, and I think it's a little bit surprising that they haven't won a division title since 1988. There have been a lot of talented teams over the years that have come through here. Surprising that none of those teams were able to win the division.
And Andy Reid has got him up there in a hurry. Carell Buchalter fumbles, and the loss on the play for Buchalter is 7 yards. So not an auspicious start on this drive with the Eagles trailing for the first time.
Well, and they've got this play set up nice. Jeff Thomason comes in motion, cracks onto the end of the line. They've got John Runyon and James Thrash out in front, and Carell Buchalter just doesn't hold on to it. And this offense is just totally out of sync now, and they have been since the second quarter.
Michael Strahan is on the bench right now for the Giants. 2nd down and 17. And here is a play-action pass to Cecil Martin, the fullback, but Jesse Armstead is there, and he brings him down, and Boo Birds fly. We call them Boo Birds because the Eagles are on the field, and Boo Birds here in Philadelphia. Not pleased with the Eagles' effort here. It'll be 3rd down and long coming up for Philadelphia.
Well, in that 2nd and long situation previous to that, you want to get some of the yardage back, but don't understand the play selection there with a very short pass out in the flats to Cecil Martin.
And Michael Strahan checking back into the Giant lineup. There he is. And 3rd and long, Donovan McNabb being chased back and throws the ball away, and it is caught at the 29-yard line. And the Eagles will have to punt, so it's Deuce Staley who makes the catch, and now the crowd really coming down on the Eagles.
And you watch Michael Strahan, he uses the bull rush right here on John Runyon. He hangs in there pretty good, but because of McNabb fleeing the pocket, it gives an angle for Strahan to put pressure on him, and Donovan just throws it up in the air. He's lucky that one wasn't intercepted by Jesse Armstead.
He owes a thank you to Deuce Staley when he gets over to the sideline.
4th down, Sean Landetta with the kick. Good high spiral. Tiki Barber bobbles it, holds onto it, and goes down at the 32-yard line. So 22 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Dick Stockton along with Troy Aikman Moose Johnston and Pam Oliver. Big nickname week for you as we get to New Year's after Christmas. Moose in this kind of weather.
Well, I've lost my moose-like qualities, Dick, because I am extremely cold right now. I have got warmers in my gloves, in my shoes.
And you come from the Buffalo, New York area. They haven't had a lot of snow as of late. I think 80 inches since Monday.
Yeah, I couldn't survive in that climate anymore. My blood has thinned in Texas.
First down at the 33 for the Giants. Final seconds of the third quarter. And here is Kerry Collins going deep, and the pass incomplete. Jonathan Carter was downfield, covered by Bobby Taylor. So the Giants taking a shot with their rookie from Troy State in Alabama, active for the first time today.
Yeah, you mentioned that this is his first NFL game, and Jonathan Carter has blazing speed. Doesn't show it right there. I don't think he was expecting the ball to be thrown to him, but he's going to learn those things. And you take a look at those legs. You know, you wonder how a guy can run like that with calves, without calves like that.
Well, who has skinnier calves? Does Carter have, or a Troy, or a Todd Pinkston of the Eagles? Be a good contest. Ron Dane in the game. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 33. And Dane hit by N.D. Kalu, and that should be the last play of the quarter. So the Eagles led 7-0 at the half, but the Giants have forged in front as time runs out. And that is the end of the third quarter with the score. The Giants 10, the Eagles 7. And Fox NFL Sunday will continue after a word from your local Fox station.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
When you think news, think Fox First with Dawn Stensland on the Fox 10 o'clock news.
Oh, the Millers have a new Lexus.
Not the Millers. You.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event.
It's beautiful.
Dad, you gotta see this.
You'll find special values whether you buy or lease.
Well, we got you a new CD player.
The December to Remember sales event. Missing it would definitely spoil the surprise.
I cannot believe this!
To your New Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer.
Stopping? Neither does your Pontiac dealer. Because now through January 2nd, get 0% APR financing on all new Pontiac models. Plus $500 holiday bonus on select models. Interest-free financing. Plus $500 holiday bonus on Grand Am, Grand Prix, Montana, and Sunfire. Hurry, because you've only got until January 2nd. Keep America rolling. See your local Pontiac dealer.
Start of the important fourth quarter. The Giants leading the Eagles 10-7. Again, here's what they're playing for today. The Eagles with a victory or tie would clinch the division title, eliminating the Giants, who must win today and next week against Green Bay, and then hope the Eagles lose against Tampa Bay next week. They would win the NFC East title, and the Eagles would be out in the cold. 3rd down and 9 for the Giants. Tiki Barber is the tailback. Ike Hilliard in motion. And a flag down, and the pass is incomplete as Kerry Collins trying to get it to Ike Hilliard, covered by Troy Vincent.
Yeah, the Giants had a free play right there. It's going to be offsides on the Eagles.
Offside, 90 defense, 5 yards.
Corey Simon.
Kerry in that first game, Kerry Collins in the first game that they had, he drew this defense offsides about half a dozen times. We haven't seen him use the hard count as much tonight, but he's, as we saw there, he was able to draw them off. And that's a nice weapon, especially on 3rd down. Now, rather than 3rd and 9, it's 3rd and 4.
On the 39 of New York, out of the shotgun, Trotter comes in. Jeremiah Trotter with his 2nd sack. And no one picked him up, and a a loss of 9 yards, and the Giants will kick it away.
Well, because they're on the road, they have to take in consideration the crowd noise. Here's Jeremiah Trotter. You see Kerry Collins lift his foot. There's only a 1 count, and then that center's going to snap the ball. That's a signal that everything is lined up in the back. Jeremiah Trotter perfectly times his blitz and comes through untouched.
And Jim Johnson will send anyone from anywhere for the blitz. Rodney Williams with the kick, and it'll go out of bounds. So the Eagles will have good field position, trailing by 3 points. Well, we saw Jonathan Carter, guys, and we know Todd Pinkston, and the big question is, who has the skinnier calves?
Well, I think the bigger question, Dick, is not who has the bigger calves, but how do they keep their socks up? I've got to believe that they use a lot of tape.
A lot of tape. Otherwise, they'd be down around the ankles. Well, Todd Pinkston going to work now. The Eagles trailing by 3. 4 punts in 4 possessions in the second half. Deuce Staley is the running back. McNabb looking to throw and going deep. And the pass is caught by James Thrash. Touchdown, Eagles. Against the Giants this year. That was a beauty.
Well, let's give John Runyon his dues. It all starts with protection, and he struggled a little bit this afternoon, but he fought him to the end there to give Donovan McNabb the time.
Yeah, Donovan was able to step up, and he's working against Will Allen. James Thrash just runs right by him. No double move, just flat ran by him and used his speed, and Donovan got it out there beautifully.
David Akers with the extra point, and the Eagles regain the lead. So James Thrash, who had a sprained ankle and is not 100% coming into this game, as McNabb with his second touchdown pass of the game, and the Eagles lead 14-10.
Hey, get down here fast. They got the silver one. Okay, bye.
Volkswagen. Now's the perfect time.
Last year I was on a cell phone. I said, make sure we have a backup for O'Neill. He heard Captain and Tennille. So that's when we got free and clear with Sprint PCS. Real clear calls and nationwide long distance included. So now, wherever we go, what do we have?
A backup for O'Neill.
The Sprint Peace Free and Clear plan with nationwide long distance included. Every minute, every day.
Sunday is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. By State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular. And by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Be you, nothing's better. Dr. Pepper.
And we're back for the kickoff. The Eagles lead 14-10, and the fans again behind the Eagles. And Omar Stoudemire returning for the Giants. Stoudemire brings it up to the 30-yard line. So it's been a big day for James Thrash.
Well, he certainly has, and he's done a little bit of everything. You watch him there making the block. Here's the reverse early in the game, and then just making catches and making plays. He does it all. Another big block, and then, of course, the last touchdown. And James Thrash is one of those guys that goes out, practices hard each and every day, never takes a play off, and you can see right there, he's a lunch pail kind of guy, a blue-collar player, and he does a little bit of everything.
been poisoned against the Giants. 1st and 10 at the 29. So the Giants need a touchdown to take the lead. Tiki Barber on the first down run gets to the 31-yard line. Carlos Emmons stopping Barber after a 2-yard gain. So we've had some spectacular strikes. 2 one-play touchdown strikes. Amani Toomer, after Barber threw back to Kerry Collins for 60 yards to tie the game for the Giants, and then James Thrash 57 yards to give the Eagles the lead.
Yeah, both these defenses are so hard to score when you get in the red zone. That may be the only way you're going to get touchdowns today.
Forget about the red zone. 2nd down and 8. Collins on the screen pass to Barber. Tiki Barber with a stop and go, and Barber going out of bounds. He has the first down to the 40-yard line.
One of the reasons the Giants are such a good screen team is the patience that all the running backs have when they're running the plays, especially Tiki Barber. Watch the little hesitation right here. He allows his blockers to get up and set their blocks. You saw Jeremiah Trotter try to come to a stop. That allowed Dusty Ziegler to be able to get a good blocking angle on him.
Ron Dane is in the game at the setback. He had a big 30-yard rush when Barber came out briefly. First down on the 39 of New York. Collins to throw, and overthrows Greg Camella. Well, not only are the Eagles trying to wrap up the division and eliminate the Giants, but they would in effect be eliminating the defending NFC champions. The Giants going to the Super Bowl last year, struggling after losing to the Eagles by 1 point a week after they were beaten in St. Louis by the Rams by 1 point, and that put the team in a funk. Lost a lot of confidence, according to Jim Fossil, and then were beaten by the Redskins, a 3-game losing streak, 1 of 2 they've had all year. Barber back in, 2nd and 10. Short drop by Collins. Now looking for help. And going downfield, and Joe Juravicius on the bubble manages to make the catch with Brian Dawkins in his face. First catch of the game for Juravicius into Philadelphia territory.
Well, and what a play that was. 2 weeks ago against Arizona, these receivers had problems hanging on to the football. Last week they improved. You watch here, Joe Juravicius moving around. Kerry Collins does a great job of getting the ball in there, and he's lucky to have gotten the second chance to hang on to that one. Normally against a team like this, especially Brian Dawkins, you bobble it once, you're not going to get a second opportunity.
On the 43-yard line, so a good ad-lib pass by Collins, and Collins swinging it out to Barber, and Barber is hit first by number 56, Mike Caldwell, and Brian Dawkins, both in on the play. And no gain for the Giants early in the 4th quarter, with the Eagles in front by 4.
Well, this defense takes a lot of pride in their ability to make plays, and right now you can see Brian Dawkins. He's trying to get the momentum back to the Philadelphia Eagles. He had the big hit on the previous play, follows it up with another one right there. But he's coming off to the sideline. He might have put too many big hits the last 2 plays.
And Rashard Cook, number 42, replaces him. Passing yards, practically even. 2nd and 10 at the 43 of the Eagles for the Giants. Another screen to Barber, this time the other side. Cuts up the middle. Barber protecting the ball, gets a first down to the Philadelphia 27-yard line, where Trotter makes the tackle downfield. A 16-yard pickup for the Giants.
Watch the Philadelphia Eagle defensive linemen. They have got to sense this. They all come through clean immediately. They've got to sense that there's a screen. Now watch the little hesitation by Tiki Barber. It's like a bowling alley. All the guys go down. We talked about it just a few plays ago. He just has great patience and allows his linemen to get out there and get better angles on their blocks.
Well, they had 3 blockers for 3 defenders, and normally you don't see them pick up all 3, but the Giants do a nice job of getting a hat on a hat right there.
On the 27-yard line, first down. And again, play fake. Collins drills it, and the pass is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Ike Hilliard. And that will bring up 2nd down and 10 with 10 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. So much at stake. The Giants need to win to stay alive. Kerry Collins with 2 late drives in the last half minute of the last 2 games.
Yeah, and Kerry Collins, there's been so much talk about his mechanics and where he holds the ball and the different things that he does. This is not the time when you want to be coaching quarterbacks on mechanics. Kerry Collins is effective when he knows where to throw the football, and he's decisive.
2nd and 10. And the running play to Barber up the middle, and Tiki Barber getting close to the first down at the 16-yard line. Mike Caldwell making the tackle, and it is a Giant first down.
A nice job by the guys up front. Just created a huge hole right here. We'll try and find out where the problems came. You can see Lomas Brown comes all the way across. Here he is all the way from his left tackle position to get the seal on Jeremiah Trotter. Nice job by Lomas Brown.
Brian Dawkins, who came out for a couple of plays, has come back in at strong safety, or free safety that is, for the Eagles. There's Dawkins, one of the best at his position. First down on the 17. Toomer in motion. And Collins overthrows Tiki Barber. And not a bad idea with Jeremiah Trotter right in front of him.
No, that's a smart play there on Kerry Collins' part, recognizing that Jeremiah Trotter was right there and had no opportunity and threw it away. And that's part of the development of Kerry Collins. And when he's gotten in trouble, it's when he's tried forcing the ball and making plays when there really hasn't been a play to be made. And to go back to what I was saying earlier, Kerry Collins, when he knows where he wants to go with the football and he's decisive, he's as accurate a quarterback and as good a quarterback as there is in this league. When he does not know where he wants to go with it, that's when he struggles.
10th play of the drive for the Giants, and it's Barber, and Barber bangs his way in to the 14-yard line. 4-yard gain with N.D. Kalu making the tackle.
Jeremiah Trotter in there also. He's had a heck of a day today. He's made some big plays in the running game. He's been very effective in coverages on the underneath routes, and that's one of the things that Andy Reid wants, is more consistency from Jeremiah.
Big 3rd and 6 coming up.
There he is right here. Hilliard, keep an eye on him.
3rd down and 6, and the pass thrown behind Hilliard, and that will bring up 4th down. But Hilliard was the target that time by Kerry Collins, but he's getting pressure from all corners.
Yeah, he knew exactly where he wanted to throw this football. They got the matchup they wanted with Ike working in there on Jeremiah Trotter. It was pressure in the blitz that he was unable to get the ball and allow Ike to run his route. You see the ball coming out there high and behind him, and that was due to the pressure up front.
So now Morton Anderson kicking into the wind. His first one from 25. This will be a 32-yarder, and it is into the wind. And Morton Anderson's kick, and it is good. And the Giants come within one of the Eagles, 14-13 on the 32-yard field goal by Morton Anderson, the veteran, with his second three-pointer of the game.
So you're a sports fan considering DirecTV? Consider this. Buy a DirecTV system from Blockbuster, and you'll get more than free professional installation, more than great DirecTV sports coverage. In fact, now you'll get much, much more. Get free game and movie rentals for a year when you buy a DirecTV system at Blockbuster. When you think sports, think Blockbuster. Bringing entertainment home.
What was that Passat commercial? The one with the fancy all-wheel drive thingy? What was the deal? If one wheel starts slipping, power gets taken away from it and sent to the other wheels. That'd be a good thing to have.
Just a reminder, the 4Motion all-wheel drive system from Volkswagen is only available from Volkswagen.
NFL.com, your source for game day coverage.
This is a big game. We gotta take it one play at a time. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Exclusive behind-the-scenes access. Up-to-the-minute live stats. Live radio coverage. And post-game features.
Hey, listen, great job, fellas. Excellent job.
On Sundays, watch your game and follow the rest of the action on NFL.com.
For our New Year's Year's resolution, we promise to keep Ally McBeal's love life simple and uncomplicated.
Thank you.
We lied. John Bon Jovi joins the cast of Ally McBeal this January on Fox.
Good scoring drive, but the Giants have to settle for 3 on Anderson's field goal. Tiki Barber with 40 total yards on that drive. Owen Potchman with a ground ball kick picked up by Brian Mitchell. And the Giants, whose special teams coverage improved today from what it was. Emmanuel McDaniel takes that play after the 23-yard return.
Do you think you're making a difference? We do. Since you started being a designated driver, or calling a cab for a friend, or serving responsibly, drunk driving fatalities are down 37%. To all who are making a difference, thank you.
It's a better place to live. It's a better place to live, thanks to you.
It is the Big Apple, but don't try and eat it. We're now entering the center of... All right, cool. How you guys doing? Center as in down the center. That's right. Can I borrow that? It's the 100-C-A-L-L-A-P-P. All right. Guys are a good crowd.
So Dustin.
Exactly. It's free for you and cheap for them.
Every call counter juice?
Da stimmt, wann kommt der Geier? For collect calls.
Save big bucks on every call. Just dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Now, exclusively from the NFL Shop, you can customize your very own official NFL replica jersey. Pick a team, choose a number, use your name or your favorite player. It's up to you. NFL Shop will make one in any style you want, just $64.99. So call now and order for yourself or a friend. Get the gear, get in the game, exclusively from NFL Shop. Call 1-877-NFL-SHOP now or visit us at NFL Shop on NFL.com.
If I don't deliver you in half an hour, you bury your daughter.
Golden Globe nominee for Best Drama.
Take her out and shoot her.
And Best Actor, Kiefer Sutherland.
It's your choice, Nina, or your daughter.
24.
Please forgive me, Nina.
All new episodes begin Tuesday, January 8th on Fox.
Hi, I'm Sam Garner.
I'm Jesse Armstead.
I'm Michael Strahan. From the Giants defense
To the world's greatest defense.
Happy New Year's.
Hey, those fans watching the game from there have to be really pleased with what they've seen today. The Moon viewers treated to a game that has lived up to its promise in every way. Eagles leading 14-13 with 8:34 remaining and starting this drive from the 36-yard line. McNabb looking to throw, going up top and incomplete, overthrowing Todd Pinkston.
They've got to get Chad Lewis back involved in this game. He was the guy that opened up the scoring in the first quarter on that long touchdown drive. They've only gone to him a few times in this half. They've got to get him back into the flow of the game. On that play, he was matched up with Michael Barrow. I think he poses some matchup problems for this Giants defense.
He caught 5 passes on the drive, and now only 1 since then. Of course, it's a season's high, but you're right. They have forgotten number 89. 2nd and 10. And the pitch to Deuce Staley. And making the play for the Giants is Will Peterson. And that will bring up a 3rd down for the Eagles as we wind down to 8 minutes remaining in the 4th.
The other facet of this Eagles offense that has been successful the last few weeks, as we take a look at the time of possession, now getting very close. The Giants getting back with some long drives here, was Deuce Staley on the outside getting involved in the passing game, and a situation that also was going to pose some matchup problems, and they haven't gone to that yet this afternoon.
3rd down and 10 at the 36. 4 wide receivers for Philadelphia. Pump fake for McNabb, and the pass to Staley out of the backfield. He was covered by Armstead, so there was an advantage for the Eagles as the Eagles had a mismatch with Armstead on Staley.
Well, that was a pretty good design right there. You watch Donovan McNabb with the play fake, and then he comes back, and Deuce Staley's working one-on-one against Jesse Armstead, and if they're able to complete that pass again, there was a tremendous amount of grass out there for him to run.
There you see 2 catches for -1. Last year, Staley going over 100 yards, a career high in yardage as a receiver.
Yeah, and he's the leading receiver for this football team.
Sean Landetta with the punt, and the Giants will let it bounce, and it takes a Philadelphia roll, and it is touched and out of bounds. Damian Douglas at the 19. We'll be right back.
There's a light in your soul. It says you're one of a kind. Don't never let it go. Be original, an individual, like Dr. Pepper. Be you, do what you do. Dr. Pepper, be you, do what.
Be sure to pick up Garth's new album, Scarecrow, wherever great music is sold.
This is Doug McDonald. Doug is a normal, healthy man. But there's something different about Doug. There's something that's on his mind. And the sooner Doug deals with it, the better off he'll be.
Fox Wednesday.
What are you guys doing?
Someone's been sleeping in Jimmy's bed.
On the Star Wars sheets?
On the Digimon sheets.
What could help him deal with the emotional distress?
Tell them you're so traumatized you need a mountain bike.
Why stop at a mountain bike? DVD.
Grounded for life. All new at 37:30 Central. Fox Wednesday.
Fox Wednesday. The holidays are over and it's back to school.
Didn't I tell you put your clothes on?
So how far will the kids go to stay home?
What you gonna be without education?
Maybe I'll be a comedian like you.
Boarding school. Send your kids to boarding school.
An all-new Bernie Mac, 9, 8 Central, Fox Wednesday.
To our troops overseas, be safe. Thanks for taking care of us.
Ron Stone.
Excited about this game right here, Ronnie.
Hope we're not keeping him awake down there.
Out with a wrist injury and replaced by Jason Whittle at right guard, just trying to keep warm like you guys are up here.
There's a few unwritten rules on the sideline. No yawning. You never know when the camera's going to come on you.
Yeah, that goes for the people up here, too. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Camella starts in motion and stops. And the handoff, and it's bobbled as the Giants try to get fancy, and Amani Toomer holds on to the ball. So the Giants try to get fancy in the shadow of their own goal line. Paulgrass Mattis is limping off.
Well, you know, this happened to him earlier in the season when they played the Washington Redskins. They, on their opening drive, tried to do a little bit of trickery, and they mishandled the handoff back on that play also. And they put themselves in a very difficult position right now, trying to use a little bit of trickery.
Well, and Amani Toomer gives him no pocket, nowhere to put the football, and that's why the ball was laid on the ground.
2nd down and 20, the ball back on the 9-yard line. Here is Kerry Collins, and the pass caught by Dan Campbell, and he'll get the 1st down, but let's see if his forward progress is stopped short of the sticks.
Wow. You know, I was talking to Sean Payton before the game today, the offensive coordinator for the New York Giants, and I said, when are you going to get Dan Campbell involved in this offense? And they said they've been trying to do some things that Dan Campbell's been developing. Well, this is a big play right here in this game, and a big 1st down, one, to get them out from backed up in their own territory, but more importantly, to keep this possession alive.
7 different players have caught a pass, only the 11th catch of the year for Campbell. They've got Marcellus Rivers in the game. 1st down at the 29, Ron Dane, the running back, and Collins is passed, and it's caught by Campbell, and he's got another 1st down for the Giants up to the 40.
Well, and again, Kerry Collins, when he has time to throw and he knows where he's going with the football, he's awfully effective, and as you'll see, he's able to drop back. He's got a nice pocket there to where he can step up and deliver the football. He knows he's going to Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell is doing a nice job these last 2 plays of finding some spaces and getting the football thrown to him.
31 yards and 2 catches. He comes out. Howard Cross, the blocker, replaces him. 1st down for the Giants on their 40. And here comes the blitz and the handoff to Tiki Barber, who slips and falls. And it'll be a 1-yard loss when all is said and done. The Giants needing a field goal to take the lead and to survive as Campbell comes back into the Giant offensive huddle.
And that's been a position on the offense this year that's really struggled in production. And I think a lot of people have been waiting for Dan Campbell to have the type of plays that he's just had in the previous 2 out of 3 plays to get down the field, stretch the defense, and make catches.
Giants do not go to the tight end much. For good reason. 2nd and 11, and the screen to Tiki Barber. And Barber is tackled short of the first down by a yard. Jeremiah Trotter on the play. But the Giants close to midfield, picking up 10 that time.
Yeah, and Dusty Ziegler, the center right here for the Giants, he pulls out, and he's able to get just enough of Jeremiah Trotter right there that allows Tiki Barber to get around him and up the field.
And a big 3rd down and 1 coming up for the Giants.
I think they just had 12 in the huddle and got away with one right there.
Toomer goes out. 3rd and 1, and it's a running play. Barber, first down. Tiki Barber into Eagle territory, gets pushed out of bounds by Damon Moore, and the Giants with a 23-yard gain to the 27-yard line, and a big first down for New York.
Well, that's just an outstanding job by these guys up front. You watch Dan Campbell and Luke Pettigrew, number 77 right there, getting a push and allowing Tiki Barber to get up inside. And then he's one-on-one down there in the secondary, and just an outstanding play by Luke Pettigrew, providing some room for Tiki Barber.
Ron Dane, the tailback. And they go to Dane, who had a 30-yard gain early. And he moves the pile inside the 25. And a gain of 5 yards with Trotter making the tackle. Barber has gained 64 yards, has been the major part of the Giant offense. But the Giants, who trailed 7-0, tied the score on a flea flicker pass from Kerry Collins to Amani Toomer for 60. Morton Anderson put him in front 10-7, and then the Eagles took the lead on a long pass from McNabb to Thrash, and Morton Anderson brought the Giants to within 1. The Eagles can win the division with a victory or tie. The Giants need to win to stay alive. Barber back in, 2nd and 5 at the 23. They're going to run it again off the right side, and Tiki Barber will get the first down for the Giants to the 16 of the Eagles.
Well, there's been 2 big keys on this drive so far. One is that they've been productive on first down, so they've kept the down and distance 2nd and short, 3rd and short, which makes it manageable, and you can convert those 3rd downs. The other area that they've been very effective at is that they've been wanting to run along that right side behind Luke Pettigrew and now Jason Whittle, and they've been very effective here on the last 3 plays of running the ball on that right side and picking up yards.
And what we're seeing maybe right now is the effect that Hollis Thomas's departure had with that broken foot running out on the field for introductions. That defensive line is getting tired.
And the handoff to Ron Dane with a burst. Dane to the 5. Touchdown, Giants. And we have just showed you that in 6 red zone trips in the 2 games these teams have played this year, and the Giants will go for 2. They had only managed field goals, but now they break that string with a Ron Dane 16-yard touchdown, and the Giants, as Sean Payton signaled, will go for the 2-point conversion. The Giants lead 19-14.
Well, the Giants thought they could be effective with the counter. You watch number 62 there, Glenn Parker. He gets out. He doesn't hit anybody, but he didn't have to. Ron Dane gets up inside and gets in the end zone.
So the Giants will go for 2 for Ron Dane. It is their first attempt this season. Dane's touchdown was his 6th. And the pitch to Tiki Barber. And Barber gets in. Tiki Barber, and the Giants, with a 2-point conversion, have taken a 21-14 lead over the Eagles with 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. And Ron Dane and Tiki Barber, I don't know about thunder and lightning, but those 2 have played a major role today for the Giants, who connect on the 2-point conversion with Tiki Barber getting it done.
Well, the Giants have found something on the right side of their offensive line going to the Eagles' left. All the big plays on that drive happened coming in this direction. They had the long runs, and right there, the 2-point play also going to the right.
Yeah, and there's the touchdown play right there on the counter play, getting Ron Dane up inside, and it was just a little misdirection and created enough space. Rondane, again, you know, he's a guy, he's a nice changeup back to Tiki Barber, and again, once he gets going downhill, you know, he can pick up a load, and he's a hard guy to bring down, and there, nobody was even able to get a hand on him.
The only way the Giants can get into the playoffs is to win the division, and to do that, they have to hold on to their lead, beat the Packers next week, and then hope that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are in the playoffs as a wild card, beat the Eagles down in Tampa. But the Giants looking to take one step at a time, lead 21-14, and an elated bunch of Giants on their bench, a different look over on the Philadelphia side, and now the Eagles will try to have one last-ditch stand. They need a touchdown to tie, and the Giant defense coming up with a big series coming up now. Pochman to Brian Mitchell, and Mitchell on the return gets to the 34-yard line where Ralph Brown makes the tackle. So only one spot really left in the NFC playoff picture. Tampa Bay is in. The question is, will it be the Eagles or the Giants in that number 3 seed?
And if the Giants do manage to hang on and win this football game this afternoon, that puts Philadelphia in a must-win versus Tampa Bay next week. It'll be interesting to see what position Tampa Bay takes. Do they sit some of their starters down and get them rested for the playoffs? And with Philadelphia having to win, could be an interesting situation.
The only thing is that if it's Philadelphia that they play, do they want to lose at home and then go on the road and have to beat Philadelphia, because that's who they would play in the wild card game. Donovan McNabb on first down, and Keith Hamilton bats down his screen attempt.
Well, and I think you can talk about all the different playoff scenarios about what happens if this, if that, and next week. There's no question that the Eagles wanted to come into this game, and they want to win this game tonight and clinch the division, and they've got 2.5 minutes here to do it, and this is the game that is on their minds, and they don't want to have to go to Tampa Bay next week having to win to get in.
Freddie Mitchell in the lineup as the third wide receiver for the Eagles, 2nd and 10. McNabb with the short drop, and this pass up the middle, and it is incomplete. A flag goes down. Chad Lewis, a forgotten man in the Eagle offensive attack, defended by Barrow and Short. And Jerry Austin will explain the penalty. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining.
We had holding by 53, but the ball was in the air. It makes a defensive pass interference on the defense. Automatic first down.
Brandon Short.
That was a late flag that came in by the head linesman, and you watch Chad Lewis there, and it was a close play. He's trying to go through his back to make the play, and just enough to draw the pass interference.
First down for the Eagles on their 41-yard line, trying to get the tying touchdown, and this pass is incomplete downfield, intended for Freddie Mitchell, and that will bring up 2nd and 10 with 2:21 on the clock.
Well, we've seen Kerry Collins the last 2 weeks go down the field late in games and win and get his team in a position to win the ball game, and now it's Donovan McNabb's opportunity to do that. He gets to show right here in this situation with 2 minutes and 21 seconds in the ball game and down by a touchdown that he can direct this team and get them down the field into the end zone to tie up the ball game.
2nd down and 10 at the 41. Again, the Eagles line up with 3 wide receivers, and up the middle here is Mitchell, and he rides the Giant defenders, and a first down into New York territory to the 44. McDaniel and Sean Williams, and the big 15-yard pickup for the Eagles, and a timeout is called with 2:10 to go by Philadelphia. That is their first timeout of the second half.
Nice job by Freddie Mitchell. He makes the catch, but the most important thing is to secure the football. And you'll watch the tacklers come in behind him. They're trying to pop this ball out. As he turns around, gets it tucked in, there's one strip trying to come in. He's got it tucked away. Here comes another guy, Sean Williams. They've got their hands all over the ball. Good job by Freddie Mitchell making sure that ball doesn't come loose.
And you don't see rookies like that come into this league and be that aware of guys trying to strip them in this league. That's probably one of the biggest differences in college and the NFL, is that when these guys tackle the ball carrier, they're not only trying to tackle you, but they're also trying to strip the ball.
#1 draft pick out of UCLA, a school close to Mr. Aikman's heart.
Thank you very much.
First down at the 44. Eagles with 2 timeouts remaining. They've got to get it in the end zone to extend the game. And here is McNabb on the run, and he slides to the 39-yard line for a gain of 5, and the 2-minute warning here at Veterans Stadium. 2 minutes to go in regulation with the Giants leading by 7.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by UPS, the official delivery company of football fans everywhere.
Are you Mr. Dale Jarrett?
Yep.
Are you going to race the big brown truck?
No, I'm not driving the truck.
I'm going to hold my breath until you drive that big brown truck.
Want to get your hands on the hottest game systems? Here's your chance. Introducing the Blockbuster Great Games Giveaway. Come in today for your chance to win one of 1,000 of the hottest game systems around. Xbox, GameCube, PlayStation 2, or Game Boy Advance. All you have to do is rent or buy anything in the store, and you're automatically entered to win. It's the Blockbuster Great Games Giveaway. Blockbuster, open on New Year's Day.
This January, go back in time to the 80s.
When a problem comes along, you must whip it before the cream sets out too long. You must whip it when something's going wrong. You must whip it. Now whip it into shape. Shape it up. Get straight. Go forward. Move ahead. Try to detect it. It's not too late.
That 80s Show, a new comedy series coming this January to Fox.
Start your New Year's celebration early with the best night of television on television. Blast off with Futurama, then it's King of the Hill, The Simpsons, Malcolm, and The X-Files. The New Year's Bash kicks off next, except on the West Coast, right here on Fox. 2 minutes remaining, the Giants with 21 second-half points. The Eagles with 2 timeouts left with a 2nd and 5 on the Giant 39. And McNabb with a pump fake, and McNabb going deep. He has a receiver, and it's James Thrash, and he's got the ball inside the Giant 10. Will Allen again beaten by James Thrash, and the Eagles in prime position.
What a great job by Donovan McNabb, hanging in there to the bitter end. You talked about it, Dick. It's a pump fake, and he knows he's going to get hit. He's exposed, taken right to his back, but he stands in and throws a great ball.
He hangs in there. They run a double move on Will Allen. It's the 2nd time he's gotten beat. The first time he got beat, just James Thrash running by him. This time, James Thrash runs the double move. Will Allen jumps it. They get the big completion.
32 yards this time. It was 57 for the touchdown. First down, McNabb's toss, and it's caught. Touchdown, Chad Lewis. And the Eagles strike fast. Chad Lewis, who caught the first touchdown on the first drive for the Eagles, catches this one from 7 yards out. And the Eagles looking to tie the game at 21 apiece. Akers is out to try the conversion with 1:49 remaining in the 4th quarter. And the crowd silent all of a sudden. A critical extra point, and the kick is good, and they're tied 21-21.
That was a great play by James Thrash to get him down here, and then Chad Lewis is having another outstanding day. He does a nice job of getting off the ball and working just straight up the field. You see him working right there. He goes
James Thrash, and that one right there, there wasn't 6 inches to put that ball in, and he found a way to get it there.
For Donovan McNabb, his 3rd touchdown toss. Chad Lewis, in the last 7 games, has 11 catches and 2 scores. Today, 7 receptions and 2 touchdowns.
Well, I'll tell you what, we talked about how these receivers really needed to step up. James Thrash, as we've pointed out, he certainly has done that. And number 89 here, Chad Lewis, has been outstanding early in the game and as well here on the touchdown reception.
As you pointed out, that Donovan McNabb could define himself today as a quarterback, and I think, win or lose, he kind of has. Don't you think?
I don't think there's any question. You step up in big games and in defining games, as we've talked about, and Donovan McNabb has done just that.
And now this game may be set up for Kerry Collins, who has been here before. The line drive kick fielded by the rookie Jonathan Carter. Carter running up the middle, bounces away, and is down at the 27-yard line. Think of the pressure on Carter, a rookie, in his first game, returning a kickoff in a critical game. But let's take a look at the second half. The flea flicker. Barber back to Collins, and 60 yards to an open Amani Toomer to tie the game. And then on 1 strike for the Eagles, McNabb hitting Thrash for 57 yards to give the Eagles a 14-10 lead. And then with 2:43 to go, it was Ron Dane with a 16-yard run, and then McNabb hitting Lewis to tie the game at 21. But now Collins goes to work and swings it out to Tiki Barber on 1st down, and he is wrestled down at the 30, a gain of 4 with Emmons on the tackle.
Well, and this is not uncharted waters by this New York Giant team. As we talked about, the last 2 weeks, they've been able to steal victory late in the ball game, and here they get another opportunity. You take a look what they've done the last 2 weeks, going 56 yards and 96 yards, not to mention they have all 3 timeouts remaining.
2nd and 6 at the 30 of the Giants. Trotter is picked up, and the pass intended for Dan Campbell is incomplete. And also remember, the Giants are looking to get into field goal range. But let's go back to week 14. Collins hitting Amani Toomer with the touchdown against the Arizona Cardinals, and then Hilliard last week. So 2 big touchdown drives down the stretch by Kerry Collins, but now faced with 3rd down and 6 at the 30. And the crowd urging on the Eagle defense to force the Giants to punt. And here is the pass, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Toomer, broke it up, and the Giants have to punt. Troy Vincent on the coverage, and the Eagles will get a last chance with 1:06 to go in regulation.
Well, Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, does a nice job there. They come after him with blitz on 3rd and 6, and they're unable to convert.
So Brian Mitchell, always a threat, goes back deep, and Rodney Williams will kick for the Giants. And Williams gets off a high kick, and a fair catch called by Mitchell at the 29-yard line with just under a minute remaining, and the Eagles with 2 timeouts to go. And unlike before, guys, when the Eagles needed a touchdown to tie, all they need to do going with the win is get it into field goal range for David Akers.
And what a difference it makes for the Philadelphia Eagles to be heading in the direction they are with the wind at their back, not only for the effect that we'll have with Donovan McNabb throwing the ball, but they don't have to get nearly as far down the football field to have a legitimate shot at a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, they too have 2 timeouts, so they're afforded the luxury of being able to do some things, throwing the ball down the middle of the field with the 2 timeouts remaining.
From the 29-yard line, 1st down. Can McNabb bring the Eagles a victory? And this pass incomplete. Freddie Mitchell, the intended receiver.
During warm-ups today, we were watching the kickers kick in different directions, and the direction that the Philadelphia Eagles are going on right now is this way right here. David Akers, 65-yard field goal. And this is the possibility that exists. They don't have to get nearly as far down the football field. Right now, if they were to get to probably the 47-yard line of the New York Giants, they can line up and attempt that 65-yarder.
Well, 16 yards will give them a shot at a 65-yarder.
2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line. McNabb getting time in the pocket, and he drills it, and the pass is caught by Thrash. James Thrash into Giant territory to the 45-yard line. And a timeout called by the Eagles. They have one left. So James Thrash, who has killed the Giants today as a receiver.
James Thrash has just been outstanding today in his ability to find the holes, and then Donovan McNabb having the anticipation of letting the ball go and trusting him, and the rapport that these two players have been able to develop, that being James Thrash and Donovan McNabb, this season, the first year to be working together, has really been impressive.
Pretty good. The Eagles looking to upgrade the pass receiving core, and they did with Mitchell, the rookie, and Thrash, who has caught 7 passes for 143 yards. That good for 25 yards, and the victim has been that number 25, Will Allen, and waiting in the wings, David Akers.
And at this point right here, it would be about a 62-yard field goal, so they are in position to be able to attempt it, but obviously they will continue to work with 45 seconds here to get farther down the field.
On the Giant 46, 1st down, and McNabb to throw it again, caught by Pinkston, and Pinkston getting 9 yards, but more important, the Eagles working their way to the Giant 36, lining up without a huddle. 2nd down and 1, and they stop the clock with 30 seconds to go in the 4th quarter.
And Donovan McNabb has really shown, you know, what playing quarterback in the NFL is all about here in the last 2 possessions. He takes his football team down the field for the tying touchdown. Here he's moving the team and getting them in a position to attempt the game-winning field goal. And I know that there's been probably more pressure on Donovan McNabb coming into this ball game than any other player or any other coach that's out here today. And I'm very impressed with the way he's handled it.
3rd down and 1. And the Giants line up, and it's a quarterback sneak for McNabb and a 1st down to the 32-yard line, and the clock continues to run, and a flag goes down.
Well, Michael Strahan was holding Donovan McNabb at the bottom of that pile, not allowing him to get up.
And it's going against the Giants, and the Eagles will be in real solid shape.
On the defense, number 92, will not let the quarterback up. 5 yards.
You can see right there.
Still 1st down.
Donovan McNabb trying to break free from the hole. He's got his lineman. He's got John Welborn trying to help him. Deuce Staley's trying to come over to get him free.
So a 5-yard penalty. It was a 1st down in any event, but for the Eagles, they are now situated on the Giant 28-yard line.
And the other thing that penalty did was it stopped the clock.
With 21 seconds to go, the Eagles 1 timeout left, and here is McNabb, and McNabb running up the middle. He gets to the 20 and to the 18. Donovan McNabb, and a timeout call by the Eagles with 11 seconds to go. And David Akers ready to come on the game, and here he comes. David Akers will come on and try to win it for the Eagles and wrap up the NFC East title. It'll be a 35-yard field goal attempt. The Eagles with a brilliant comeback to this point, Troy, 21-14. The Giants were in front with 2:43 to go. McNabb led them down the field, got the tying touchdown, and now in position to win the game with a field goal.
Well, again, you just can't say enough for the job that Donovan McNabb has done here on the last 2 possessions. He came out in the 2nd half, was not nearly as effective as what you'd like for him to be. He's been outstanding here the last 2 drives to put the team in this position.
And the Giants thinking of calling a timeout, and will call a timeout to try to freeze David Akers. Well, after a couple of tough games, especially last week in San Francisco, came alive big time today.
Well, you know, when he's most effective is when he's able to run around and make things happen with his feet. And so many times these defenses are trying to contain him, yet today he was able to do that. He was able to pick up some first downs, get outside contain, make some plays, not only with his arm, but more importantly with his feet. He's been very, very effective.
I think the point you made yesterday talking with Andy Reid, the fact that as you come in as the first-round draft pick, the second guy taken in the draft, there's a bar, there's a level of expectation. And then last season, you individually carry that football team, the bar raises a little bit more.
So they're ready for the field goal. Coy Denver will be the holder, a 35-yarder to give the Eagles the lead. And here is the kick, and it is up, and it is good. And the Eagles have taken a 24-21 lead with 7 seconds to go on David Akers' 35-yard field goal. And the crowd on its feet here at Veterans Stadium as the Eagles are seconds away from winning their first division title in 13 years. And it's Donovan McNabb who led the way on 2 big drives. Here is Akers' 35-yarder, and he made no mistake.
Well, you probably couldn't have the game in better hands in this situation. Probably the best kicker in the NFL right now, David Akers. He makes good on all the work that Donovan McNabb did getting the team to that position.
Well, assuming that the Eagles are able to hang on here over the next 7 seconds and win this ball game, kudos to Andy Reid and winning the first division title. And we talked about how a team, you want to try to get to the next level, and the Eagles, if they do win, they have definitely taken a step to the next level by winning the first division title since 1988.
And they are 7 seconds away from dethroning the reigning NFC champion Giants. The Eagles, who had a chance to wrap it up last week against the 49ers and didn't, and the Giants, who came back and stayed alive against the Seahawks but needed today's game. And the Eagles, who earlier in the year ended a 9-game losing streak against these Giants, looking to sweep. Since 1991, the season series has ended in a sweep, and the Eagles on the verge of doing that.
Well, as a football team, there's always a team that you have to be able to beat to take that next step. And for the Philadelphia Eagles, obviously with that 9-game losing streak, that was the New York Giants. And at this point, it looks as though they will have the season sweep. They have obviously beaten that last team. They have cleared that last hurdle. It'll be interesting to see how this carries them into the playoffs.
And here is Akers with the kick, and a deep kick into the end zone. And the Giants will down it. Jonathan Carter, and the Giants will have 7 seconds to go. Donovan McNabb, on top of everything else, the leading rusher today for the Eagles with 48 yards on 6 carries. And they have something to cheer on what is Fan Appreciation Day here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and the job Jim Johnson did. And McNabb, of course, his numbers today.
Yeah, you know, we can't say it enough, the job he's able to do. And Jim Johnson, many are talking about him potentially being the head coach in San Diego if Mike Riley leaves, but he's done a great job with this unit.
So the Giants down to their last gasp. Kerry Collins. And his pass up the middle to Tiki Barber. And they flip to Ron Dixon. And Ron Dixon needs one man to block. Time has run out. And Ron Dixon doesn't get there. He doesn't get there, and the Eagles win. What a dramatic finish as the Giants get to the 4-yard line. And the Philadelphia Eagles have captured their first division title in what is truly a classic game, and will have a home field playoff game beating the Giants. Here's that play again.
This is absolutely an unbelievable play. They dump it underneath. Ron Dixon comes around with the lateral. Bobby Taylor is the only guy that can make this play. He comes from the opposite side of the field. He fights through Jaravicius for the tackle. What a tremendous job.
Well, the hook and ladder comes close, but no cigar. Down to Pam Oliver.
All right, thanks a lot, Dick. Donovan, you guys could have made it more dramatic, but finally
come out here and play well in front of our own fans. For Fan Appreciation Day, this is something special.
That's right, Fan Appreciation Day, and I'm sure you appreciate James Thrash today and the effort that he gave.
Well, I think we all came together, and James just did a wonderful job just getting separation, made my job a lot easier. But, I mean, the Eagles are now what everybody's talking about, so we're excited about that. We're in position to go to the playoffs for the second year in a row. I'm very excited.
You go, boy. All right, thanks a lot. Let's go back upstairs to Dick.
All right, Pam, so Donovan McNabb gets the job done in the pressure game, and here is the play. It was Barber flipping to Ron Dixon, and it was Bobby Taylor, the only man to beat. And finally, he is brought down not by Taylor, but by Damon Moore as McNabb celebrates. The Eagles win, and they're in. We'll be back.
Get me the spaceman. Witness the evolution of DVD. It's the most technically advanced DVD on the planet. Planet of the Apes, a must-own DVD today.
I just thought we'd go for a little walk, you know? Spend a little quality time together. Where'd that come from?
Mom got it from cellular1.com, Dad. Oh, hi, Timmy. Yeah, I'm kind of booked Tuesday. How about Wednesday? Hold on. Hey, Dad, I think we're heading back towards the house.
I know.
Today's game, First and 10 Down Live, has been brought to you by Intel and the Intel Pentium 4 processor, the center of your digital world.
Back here, and everyone is still stunned as the Eagles have won in dramatic fashion in the UPS leaderboard. Donovan McNabb with 3 touchdowns, a brilliant game. Tiki Barber, 71 yards rushing, a workhorse for the Giants, and James Thrash with 7 catches, a touchdown. But what about that last play, guys?
Unbelievable. You'll see a lot of teams in that situation just try and ad-lib something. Ron Dixon's right here. He's going to go down, hesitate a little bit, and then come underneath. Watch all the other guys now go and try and find somebody to block. Now here comes the lateral after the pass is underneath. Look at the way they've sealed that off right there. I tell you what, this play was so close, and as you pointed out, Dick, it's actually Damon Moore who comes all the way down the field and makes the tackle.
Well, so many times you come into a game like this that is expected to be a big game and doesn't live up to the billing. This ball game.
A lot of time to look at Tennessee as an opponent.